Go Beaver! Away!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Critscast. Hope you can wipe that frown off your face because Lamb Blues are about to be over. We do in fact have the semi-final of ETF2L Premiership Highlander Season 18. Tonight we have an absolute belt of a match between Strong Opinions and inVision, the second and third seed respectively. I am extrasolar. Joining me tonight is fellow heavy main and former teammate Buck. Buck, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thanks. Looking forward to this game with Strong Opinions and inVision. Getting the kind of playoffs, continuing on with the playoffs, I suppose, and semi-finals, and seeing who will take it into the finals.
Oh, absolutely. It should be a cracker of a match, as we just said. Strong Opinions, they just come back from, of course, a bit of a shaky start to the season. Of course, dropping map to your team, with respect. Not the greatest team in Prem so far. But they come back, they've won Copenhagen, they'll be looking to build on that momentum into playoffs, seeing what they can get done. And, don't write off inVision, though. inVision they've had a respectable season so far. They've taken points off of Failure. Again, they've had their bit of their upsets as well. They, of course, lost the Golden Cap of Steel to your team. But, they've gone right ahead and done their picks bans. The bans so far, I believe inVision chose to ban Product, perhaps fearing the Strong Opinions product match. And then right then, Strong Opinions, they banned Steel. Steel, I know, it's just one of those maps that it's sort of a coin toss sometimes. You can have a team that just don't really like some of the snowballing aspects of the map. Something with G-Pit.
It can be really fast or really slow, really. And, who was that actually banned Steel?
That was Strong Opinions.
Oh, was it? Okay, that's interesting. So, yeah, it's probably just to get it out of the way, because it's not really... It kind of ruins the pace, the momentum of the semis as well, I imagine, because, if you go from, Gully and Steel, it's it's just going to be sort of a resident sleeper.
Yeah. But speaking of resident sleepers, though, the first map pick was actually Gully Wash, so be prepared to have some great stalemates on that.
Backcap Central, as I like to call it, as well.
Yeah, we had a nice backcap from Opinions in the regular season, didn't we, from Toast? That broke a big stalemate. See if we can repeat that performance today. And then, right off the bat, inVision then decided to pick Warmtick. So a bit of a more fast-paced map happening there. It's always good. Warmtick, we saw some interesting things during the regular season on that map. Of course, your team, very narrowly losing to Strong Opinions on that map.
Mm-hmm. Warmtick is one of those maps where, it kind of goes through, shifting metas, I feel. It's kind of just a map of trying to get behind, but also having to just fight on the point at the same time. And a lot of people, teams will kind of neglect the cap time, I think, or they won't do that good of a job of kind of peeking onto the point and getting the cap time. So we'll kind of just have to see which team is able to do that the best, and also get those sort of decent Ubers off and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll see which team is more effective at the drop-down spam as well across the point. That's quite an infamous part of the map.
100 IQ.
But then, of course, we've gone into Strong Opinions' third map choice, which is actually it's a classic. Of course, Strong Opinions, they're going to pick Upward as a decider. Upward's just a map. I think Strong Opinions have tried to pick that map in just about all of their playoffs games. I think they've just about mastered the map.
Yeah, I would agree. I think they're just really comfortable. I know they're comfortable calling it. They know, kind of all the sight lines and all the trap angles, all the kind of jump angles to get the meds and stuff like that. So, yeah, they'll be looking to perform strong on that as if it ever does go to, a 1-1 and it has to go to a decider, which, what are your predictions for that, actually? Do you think it'll go to a decider? I got a feeling it actually might.
Yeah, honestly, I think Strong Opinions, they've made a couple of changes. I know that, of course, we'll go for the rosters fully in a minute, but I know that they've brought Sandburn in on heavy, and he's made a big impact so far.
I think he's on demo, actually. He's
on demo, actually, is he? Oh, does that mean that...
switching up.
Yeah, because I know they had... who else did they get in?
I think they had Eames to start off
with,
but then I think they're kind of switching up with getting Yahoo, Poker, and Sandburn in. I don't know whether this is I imagine they're all allowed, so...
Yeah, so what's Poker playing then? Is he...
It's just going to be on heavy, yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Demo,
so they've just... I think they had Yahoo at the start of the season, though. I think he's just been... Yahoo's been with Strong Opinions since, SCK died, I think, pretty much.
Mm.
So, yeah, they've made a few changes, so maybe, There's always a bit of a double-edged sword with changes, because one, it could be an upgrade to your roster and how it flows with your team. a lot of the ways, but then there's also the issue with, you know, your team's your team's played a certain way for so many weeks, and then suddenly you've got different players in, you've got maybe even as far as people just not knowing what you mean by a certain call, you know?
Yeah, like I think with that, it's a good point to mention actually, because like I don't know how it's going to work with CJ getting used to kind of how poker plays instead of like Emilio, for example, because obviously they've played for eons at this point, so I don't know how it's going to translate possibly, but
yeah, Emilio of course is an extremely passive heavy. He will just pretty much only defend his medic and his demo man, lets Pyro do all the work, and of course previous that game with having Steve on Pyro, and I think Yahoo's certainly done a good job of filling his boots so far. But poker is such an aggressive heavy. Like the only times that I've really seen him play passive was on Warmtick of all maps.
Yeah, he like adapts really well, I think, to like the situation. Like he'll know which people are getting the heals. Like I think Viljack takes a lot of the heals, but I mean we'll have to see like what it's like on the sides of inVision, like whether they kind of want to reflect that. Because I think the flank from inVision is like more flank oriented, whereas the flank players from Strong Opinions often like play with the combo a bit more than like you'd usually see. Because I know Viljack likes to play on the beam quite a lot.
Yeah, I know. Like I don't want to don't want to call out too much, but I think it might be a bit questionable maybe from Stingen to go ahead and pick Warmtick for inVision. Because obviously, as you mentioned, Viljack's getting that beam all the time, and as we saw in the regular season with Lightclaw, that we had a combo of Lightclaw and Crime just sitting there with the beam, and they did so much work together, really giving Fader a run for their money on that map. And so I'm not sure if it's, quite it might be quite the best pick for them. But we just go down the rosters, see how it goes.
Yeah, can do. I mean, I think we could have on Strong Opinions, so we could have Viljack on Scout, Jackie Legs on Soldier, Yahoo on Pyro. Could have Samburn playing demo for them with Poker on Heavy. Sex could be playing Energy, of course, with CJ team leading on Medic. Cloudy on the Sniper, and then Toast could be playing Spy.
Okay, and on inVision we have Crayon on Scout, Detail on Soldier. I'm pretty certain he's played every class in Highlander Premiership at this point.
Demo.
Joy's on Soldier. Yeah, just pre-game, just screwing me over here. That's alright. Yeah, just getting trolled, it's alright. D-Toad's demo, that's fine. We'll have Joel on Soldier, of course, Strono on Pyro. Heavy will be Tuya, Nipnop, Engineer, the resident American in the team, Tertio on Medic, Seeing on Sniper, and we have Yerba Mate on Spy, who is actually just pulling as fast on us, is actually Chupa. Just decided to change his name on ETF2L for the entire season for reasons unknown. Maybe he just really likes a nice drink of mate, nobody knows.
I have no idea where that came from, to be honest, because I don't know, maybe it just felt like changing it up a bit, having a bit of a...
I mean, it's of narrowly environmental concern in America, so maybe that's why,
right. So...
Okay, but once again, this is the Critscast. Welcome. We have the Season 18 semi-final of Premiership ETF2L Highlander between Strong Opinions and inVision as we go to our first mid-fight on Gullywash. inVision's pick and the first map.
Yeah, we've got DC's kind of been quite fast out here. So just putting out the spam into the big door. They're going to go for an early jump in, though. Jackie Legs getting some decent damage down, but not going to pull up. Now, the drop down comes in, though, from Duo, going all the way behind them, and they're going to kind of get caught out on the point, and there's so much damage coming out from Dito right now.
Yeah, just taking down CJ and Poco, right away, and Single's taking down Jackie Legs as well. It's looking quite tough out for Opinions. It's just Sambo alone on the point here. We'll try and take down Tuya. Tuya down to 4 health. We'll get chipped away from Sec Shotgun. But a good recovery there was looking like for Strong Opinions, but the only person alive now is Sec. They have taken down Tertio, so that's something for luck. Going to be a slight advantage with CJ coming in now.
Yeah, apologies about if there's any discrepancies with the cast right now. Apparently, We've just telling me that his TF2's crashing, but we'll still give you like a radio commentary of what's going on as far as we can. But at the moment, there's going to be all players up for inVision right now, so they're trying to control the mid.
Yeah, they're just about capping it up now. Strong Opinions, because the Uberchargers are equal, they've opted to come down here and hold the choke area. And I don't think inVision are quite ready for this. They've actually, the flanker just spotted them. They're just going to be sitting on choke here. Nice little Gullywash stalemate, it's always good. But Cloudy has already died to Yerba Mate there. So perhaps opening things up for a big door rotation coming in from inVision. That's exactly what we're going to do here. Go try and piece in and get a pick. But the flank have called them, see how they respond to this play.
Yeah, just to be careful they don't get caught out here. Actually, Poker is on the low ground, so they're actually mostly on the low ground here if they do want to kind of get caught out, but Stingham not really managing to find anything. Poker going to be peeking in and going to be getting the mini. Big bombing from Duo, though. Imagine to get so much damage, and Yumate with a 2k on the backstab, so yeah, well played by him.
Yeah, that distraction as well, just enabling, like, they distracted the heavy completely, enabled Tuya to just come in and do like 400 damage to Poker, and that's, you know, look, they picked off CJ as well, looking really bad here for Strong Opinions.
Yeah, there's somebody down, and CJ, as you said, going down. Tertia going to be alive now. He's going to be on that Uber, and has 100% to try and walk this into last. So I don't know if there's going to be like a level 3 coming out here, but they're going to have to try and go for like an early force or something. We're going to have to see how they approach this last push.
I'm not sure they really can, because they're still down 3 people in the respawn queue. They have lost Singen though, inVision have, so maybe it's going to be slowed down a little bit, but you don't really need a sniper for a 100% ad push. They've already sent their Pyro Water with too. This is a classic Gully Wash push. They've already sent their Uber in as well with their Demo and Scout. It's getting completely denied by Yahoo here, but Poker's having a lot of trouble fighting Tuya in the water here. There's a bit of cat time on the point already, but inVision are dropping players here. They've already lost Tertia.
Yeah, Stingham getting some nice snipes though, gets Cloudy and then gets CJ as well on the return. I can't believe that, that was a pretty nice play.
That was a wipe.
Wait, what?
How did they win that?
Oh my god, too distracted calling the sniper plays and they came in for the cleanup. That was bad.
Yeah, they were like down like 4 players compared to Strong Opinions at that point. They just like walk in through water. I mean, I think that really shows the power of just killing that heavy fast in water, because that means there's like there isn't a last bastion for your team to rotate to when you're defending that last point. And he's just sat there, just, you know, he's a tank basically. We all know how much of a tank old Poker can be at times. But we're into our second mid fight now. D-Toad is slightly faster. Nice pipe onto Cloudy, actually, already picked him off. Looking to pressure Big Door here as well. And Strong Opinions are sitting in their choke now. The Spy is in and he's got Poker. That's the other Mate once again, proving his worth. And Yahoo's the only pick so far has been Yahoo onto Juo. So Viljack's down as well, and now Strong Opinions look at their running away at Tail from next to choke, but CJ dies. It's a bit of coordinated spam, body shot from Sting and finishing him off.
Yeah, the mids from inVision have been really like clinical. Like their flanks been pushing in the right places, and they haven't pushed across the point too quickly. Like they've been baiting Viljack, and like they know that Sunburn is going to push straight away with the mids, so they managed to pick him off as well. So their mids have been really good so far.
I think I'm seeing a few echoes of the Strong Opinions coal plant game regular season. You know, he was just a bit late getting out there. I'm not sure if it's just a bit of issues with the calls, but you know that's very uncharacteristic of a seasoned medic like CJ to be getting out so late there. Yeah, maybe the first mistake of this game for Strong Opinions.
I don't know whether I think Samba might have been calling to like possibly go back in, but yeah, it's going to kind of cost them the super advantage now, as you know, Tertia going to be walking in here with this big 100%. The sticks are already from Samba and does dead them. Does actually manage to pick off 2 just. That's a decent pick.
Yeah, that's really like that's hurt their water push a lot. But Crayon's taking the lever right onto the point here. Poker's in secret with only half HP. He will get blasted off the point, but the cleaner coming in with Strong Opinions. Yeah. They've lost the heavy, the water push is pretty much over, but Tertia, look how fast he's gone out. He's already just all the way off balcony onto basically his choke.
Yeah, he's afraid of Viljack, and I don't blame him. Viljack's dead, but I think Toast is probably looking to chase there. But yeah, managed to live now, so... Oh, and the snipe comes out from Cloudy, actually, getting some of his first points onto the board, onto the headshot of the demo. But the demo comes out in return, and Strono gets... Is that Reflect kill?
Yeah, Reflect onto...
Oh, God.
Strono's first Reflect of the game, and I'm sure many more will follow. Yeah, that was pretty good recovery there for Strong Opinions. I mean, like losing a medic like quite terribly there. I mean, CJ died earlier on the first round, and they lost him. They lost that round in the end. So they got a good recovery on a more disadvantageous situation. But they've wanted to just take the middle here. They've gotten Singen. Tuya and Nitnov actually just dying at the end there. So that's no heavy for the chokehold here. No engineer watching Big Doors. So the flank is going to be a bit weak here for inVision.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the Uber situations are right now, but I mean, Tertia's almost coming up to Uber right now, so they're going to be holding choke. Possibly looking to go Big Door now, since they're going to try and rotate Cloudy in, try and look for these sniper spots in, but they're going to be holding choke still, like they haven't even rotated into them just yet. Uber comes out though, and see what happens. Yeah,
I think that was actually a force from Yahoo there, not really sure how we managed to get in so close there. But again, I think that's probably Nit not being down there. You have a Mate getting Poker in the end there, but Sekaz killed Strono as well. Huge flags being traded so far in Big Door. And now Sandburn's looking to bust this. He's already killed Dito. Jackie Legs is somehow still alive here. He's, sorry, Dwo's still alive somehow. He's done so much damage, really. And CJ is just looking to try and take lower here. He's taking 50 damage from the mini sentry of all things. But yeah, big advantage now coming in through lower for Strong Opinions. And looking to maybe just take this into last here. Clown's picked off Singen. That'll secure the second cap for them. And I think Strong Opinions, they realise they've got this advantage, but it won't be with them for too long. So they're trying to just take some ground here.
Yeah, Crane's doing a good job of building, actually. Tertius almost Uber himself, so there's going to be 80% right now as they try and walk into lobby. They're probably going to heal build Jack here, walk this in through main. They've got 2 just sort of sitting next to the point with a level 2 sentry now just being built from Nitnop as it's getting wrangled. Spire comes out, going to get the Pyro, so the Pyro's air blasting off the point if they need to do that. But the Uber comes out in return from Tertio, so this might actually hold them in the place.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if he had to use there. I think the Uber charge from Strong Opinions was actually quite passive. So, and Tertio, I think, he had his back to them in spawn, getting his Uber charge. So I'm not sure if he realised quite how far away they were, so he didn't really need to use. Either way, they've gotten quite a few frags, but despite this, Strong Opinions do have the good old-fashioned gully wash big door hold. As we know, it's quite notorious for being difficult to break.
Yeah, they're going to try and sit there with the... Well, actually, they're on minis, so this might not be as big to break as it probably might be, but Jacko's going to go for the bomb. Gets spammed out.
Oh, gets the pack though, yeah. But they've dropped 3 pushing out, and Strong Opinions are going to take that right away and come through main.
Have to push in here. Sam against 2G still alive here. Going to get poked to by Poker, but yeah, there's only 1 up now. Nipnop 1 is lonesome. Maybe trying to defend the point, but yeah, it's going to even up, so 1-1. So very well played there. So Strong Opinions push that in again. Yeah,
that was really well played. They just baited the players out there onto balcony with the big door hold there. And then they just basically just said, right, we've just picked 3 people, we're just going to like bum rush straight through lower, and we're going to capture last. Really clinical push there for Strong Opinions.
Yeah, I mean, Jackie Legs did a good job of jumping in there, because, I mean, obviously the heals were kind of just on the jumping people, able to push them out, but coming into this next mid, Detail again, pretty fast, gonna get some sort of early damage into Big Door. CJ actually going down to half health, so that's gonna be cool or not, but gonna be trying to walk up onto their own side of Vision, trying to take some nice damage from the Soldier, but Poker gonna be walking up here now, lots of damage coming out from Detail though, Poker going down really low, CJ down really low, and Dwo comes in for the bomb behind, so there's only gonna be 3 people up left for Strong Opinions right now.
Yeah, that's really one of the downsides of walking up onto the enemy team's side of choke on the mid fight. You're sort of all stuck in this tiny little choke point.
Yeah.
And Jackie Leg's bomb failed, so they didn't manage to pick off the demo man of Detoad. So that meant they could just coordinate spam in from one side of Detoad and get Dwo on the other side with the jump. So that's really one of the downsides. You have to kill demo very quickly if you're doing that really fast push up their side, but it just didn't work out for Strong Opinions this time.
Yeah, it's been useful as well, the fact that Detoad has actually managed to get to that location pretty quick in most mids as well, like pretty much all the mids, so it's hard for them to kind of counter that, but they're going to be using in here. It's weird, like, I don't know if
I'm not sure if that
badly.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was like Tertiary was at full health. I'm not sure if that was a force or if it was just poor communication. But either way, we do have inVision. They're trying to make most of this, trying to take some ground lower. They've actually got a lot of frags here. TJ's just coming out to 80% on Zuba here, and if they're fast, they might even be able to maybe get some plays on last.
Oh, no.
Stingen! Yeah, that's just what we're talking about.
He gets the snipe. Like, that was risky them staying in there. They shouldn't have risked a Pyro and a mid from here in River cannot do anything just by themselves. So I was surprised they didn't get out early there.
Yeah, it's just maybe a communication issue there, but I think it might just even cost Strong Opinions the round here, maybe. I mean, CJ's only just respawned, the Tertiary's got 6% Uber advantage, so they're going to have to do some serious building work if they're going to try and get this back in. Sek is still dead for them as well, so if Tertiary just comes up on his Uber pretty quickly, they won't have time to build his level 3. Oh, actually, no, it's up, sorry. He's actually got one up already.
Yeah, Sek put the yikes in chat, I don't know if that was because of the CJ going down or what, but yeah, there's going to be sticks here from Sandburn and the typical play block and River. Strano going down those to the pipes, and TJ almost killing Jackie Legs there, but the Uber comes out. Level 3 built from Sek here is going to try and take up most of this Uber, and they're quite passive right now.
No one's in water though. It's like 95% cap already. Like, I think Poker, that he saw that the Pyro went down and decided to just go aggressive and just try and get a pick onto the heavy of Tuya there. But no, of course, that's sort of like almost like you baited your Pyro dying there, because that meant that the scout goes around to the point, because you think, oh, we've just like killed half of the water push, there won't be any cap time coming, and the scout just comes in and very nearly caps it. It's almost a bit lucky there. The Strong Opinions are able to get there in time. They will manage to defend the last point though, and they've pushed inVision back. They've got a 6-man advantage here, and actually Claddy comes in through Big Door and just takes down Tuya for a nice headshot there. So that's stalling inVision once again here in this choke.
Yeah, Duo kind of hiding on the little sort of balcony. There was actually a pick up 2 there against Sandburn as well as Cloudy, and the Force comes out as well onto the Siege. I didn't really see that, but that's going to be pretty beneficial for Tertia now.
Yeah, like they can't really chase through this choke, even with Detoad down. Actually, no, they could maybe chase if they really wanted to. I think they're just content with just taking this midpoint here.
Yeah.
Seeing what they can do, get through choke. They know they got this advantage. They don't even have to rush things just yet.
I think they're trying to like slow it down, possibly as well, with the fact that 6 on level 3s as well. Like, whether they're just trying to go for this.
Oh, but CJ's just he's getting chased by the scout here as well. I don't think he realised just quite how fast the boarding was. He does manage to just surf that scout gunshot out through choke though.
Yeah, gonna be pressured into choke. There's so much damage into choke.
Strono as well. The power attack onto Yahoo and the quick effect onto Jackie. That's gonna absolutely. That damage gets cloudy as well. And sec. That's gonna absolutely end Strong Opinions. Pushing that CJ at the end there. Droid is coming in behind.
Yes, Strono big with the W key.
Yeah, Strono, you know, the Pyro class is pretty good. We do have a pause, but Strono proving that the Pyro class is still in the game. So it's always working.
Always great to see with the W key. I don't know if this is like a pause, like as they've wiped, because like, this is probably a different time because it's the STV.
Yeah, 90 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be a big wipe there almost from Strong Opinions. So inVision looking to take this momentum forward. Obviously, Tertia going to be having the 100% add for, well, actually not 100% add, but he could have 100% faster. It's probably about 40 or 50% add going into last. So I'll have to see if they kind of get into water. I mean, I think Samburn's doing a decent job of denying their last water pushes, because they always drop people to the sticks. Like, they should just work on clearing the sticks first, honestly, and then see about getting people under then.
Yeah, like once you've got a wipe on middle, this is pretty much what you want, pushing into like just a middle point, just for your Pyro to get a 4K as well. That's always good, and just the icing on the cake was getting CJ at the end there and having him die so very late in the fight.
Yeah.
And we had to come to the unpause as well, so this CJ's still on a 50-second respawn, so we probably will see about a 65-70% advantage for... Actually, as we say that, Toes is coming to the back cap again, and he's just capped second. So it's going to slow inVision down so much here, as they come back to try and maybe salvage this fight here. As Strong Opinions, they realise they separated the team, and they just come back in here and they kill Tertio. So there goes all those plans.
Kind of just poor positioning on inVision's off. Like, I mean, they knew their mid, so they knew CJ had died, and now they're kind of having to try and reclaim second, but they're fighting against classes they probably shouldn't be, and they should have just been playing around Tertia there. So yeah, that was just kind of weird to see that they were so spread out. They're gonna be like absolutely rushing into last right now though.
Yeah, Strono's like done as much damage as he could onto the combo, but he just goes down there to the combined shotgun and minigun there. Tu's doing his best he can from water, and he's actually being a really good distraction here. There's quite a few franks going, but inVision are slowly falling here, and the cap will go out to Vildak in the end there, completely zoned out of the fight there.
Yeah, I mean, Poker was just like absolutely destroying just from the high ground. No one was shooting him, and Dito's having to spam the point. And Crown unfortunately didn't get to the point just in time, as he'd just come up from the spawn, I think. So yeah, it's going to be a 2-1 now for Strong Opinions. We have to see if they can kind of take this forward. Still 16 minutes left though, like, well, slightly less because of the pause possibly.
No, it's still accurate. It's just the pause was there.
Oh, okay.
You really had it's fine. But yeah, with the second mid-fight, the third mid-fight is, fourth mid-fight, I cannot count today. Dito's actually on 48 health here in the elbow area here, trying to get some ground. But he's getting good spam onto the combo of Strong Opinions here. Samburn and Poker there, so weak. And the positioning is not there really from inVision. The Heavy's on really low health. He's coming here, he's got a lot of damage onto Yahoo. But inVision here, they've... not really sure where they've got off to, actually. Seem to have ran away.
Oh, God. No, Samburn. Oh, no, he could have got a 2K with the pan, and he's left it at the last second. He could have gone for the mid there. He just could have chased Tertia, but yeah, there was like a big melee fight happening in Banana, so I don't know what was going on there.
I think Samburn's practicing for his Ready City Pan Season 5 coming up this summer.
Probably. I won't be surprised.
Yeah, that'll be a mid-fight eventually after the bit of the group keep action there, going into the favour of Strong Opinions here. But again, Tertia has 100% advantage here, so he only just got onto his team with the heals. So I think, you know, inVision, they really want to be looking to try and take something in through choke here, and that's exactly what they'll be doing. They've already killed Jackie Legs with the Uber. They're just going to chase him all the way out, but look how far back CJ is. He's already back in his choke. The Uber will maybe just even get the point at the most.
He's going to be really passive. The Cloud is kind of semi out here. He's kind of scanning the spy, but 2's going to be getting some space. Stingang managed to get Viljack as well, so there's no scouts to contest them. And they're 4 down right now. Strong Opinions as they're losing place to the flank players of inVision.
Yeah, the flank in the end just didn't really pan out for inVision. They've taken Thursday down to very low health, but he managed to get the sandwich in the pack, so he's nice and healthy now. And inVision, they're just looking to storm through here into second. It's only Yahoo on the high ground with Cloudy for company. And Toast has already killed Singen though, so that's going to be a lot of space for Cloudy just to kill people on the low ground here. And Dito is separated from his team going back into choke. But yeah, I think there should be a cap coming out for inVision here at the minimum, but CJ does have a small advantage. So we'll see how that actually comes out. No, he's opted not to use it, he's opted to just stay on last, slow it down. They got the round up. they can just sit comfortably on last here. But actually there's a back cap already. It's like all the cap time from Yerba Mate, aka Chupa there, getting some decent cap time, but I'm not sure if he really wanted to do it then. I mean, his team weren't really into lobby yet.
Yeah, true. I mean, they're gonna like probably slow us down from both teams. To be honest, they're gonna just try and get their pick classes in, possibly see if they can like jump CJ with Duo or something. That's what I'm expecting to see, but whether they have like a level 3 or not might deny them. But Sex on Mini still at the moment, so see if they kind of adapt. Toast is kind of just scouting out on second though, selling that they're going into lobby and that sort of thing right now.
Yeah, like, I mean, it won't really affect the team that much. I mean, it's equal Ubers, so Chupa's death won't really matter too much to the team. The first pick, actually, he's taking down Cloudy, so it doesn't even matter. By the time they're ready to push, they've already killed people, but the action...
That was such a weird stab coming out from Chupa then, onto the demo, but they're 5 down right now. I didn't actually see what pressure them. I imagine it was the flank.
Yeah, it was Yahoo and the flank pretty just, like, basically just shotgunning them all to death. But Jackie Legs is now trying to get some cat time onto second. I'm not sure if inVision can really stop this. They're still in big door here. They've just got on their respawns actually, so if they're quick, they can maybe get people in. Yeah, the strong opinions have realised this. There's a few people back in lobby now. There's only really Toast on the high ground. You and CJ are trying to actually get some pressure in lobby, but CJ might get caught out here. He does.
He gets used. Like that was kind of the poor positioning. No, they didn't really respect detail as much as they should have done. Now the counter is coming. I bet this counter was a bit hasty. Like they knew Yoi was there. They probably just waited and then come in with an Uber to get the points. So that actually might have just like given up a potential like free round. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's just the 800 IQ bait play for strong opinions here. Like they're forcing to make them use it in and then they'll just stabilise on last.
Possibly. I mean, they're going to be trying to pressure in River now, like whether they try and get under. Cloudy goes down as well. So
Water Push again has been killed by Jackie Legs.
Oh god.
Yeah, I think this is the thing. If you sort of just, sort of like a one-trick pony with your Gully Watch last pushes, you're just going to get countered eventually. And they're putting Jackie Legs in water now, knowing that there's going to be nothing on launch pad, because like they got 9 players sitting in River. So they just know that they're going to sit 2 people in water and just deny the entire water push coming out from them. And that's really costing inVision now. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah, they should like really be in adaptation to that, and it is kind of just there for going there constantly. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised, like you said, they don't go to Launchpad, but Strong are going to get a nice kill onto Bilge out there as they try and sort of pressure this choke. They've got Cloudy sort of sitting here trying to dare through this, but it's going to be 100% on Tertio and CJ also 100%, so a bit more of a stalemate on the mid this time.
Yeah, I mean, like, you have Mate coming in there, taking down Cloudy, so Singer's going to be able to... they're doing the right thing, they're going into big door again. inVision now to play the second point. They're coming in with their sniper into big door. Actually, the battalions has come out from Jackie Legs here, so there'll be no headshots ringing out here from the sniper of Singen here. And the actual trade's coming out here. Poker's maybe getting caught here, but he gets saved by CJ in the end there. And yeah, again, just a war of attrition for both teams. They're taking down the flank for inVision. They got their sniper back, so I think this is going to be actually the aggression coming out from Samba. They're taking down Singen. And Poker's in as well, just trying to do what he can. He's taking down the Pyro. He's doing so much damage to the combo. Diso, Tertio, and Tuya just dying to the flank of Yahoo and Jackie Legs there. Really well played with strong opinions.
Yeah, the flank came in at the precise time of the industry there. That was really well played through choke, and I was kind of concerned really because strong opinions kept peeking like their players one by one into the remaining players of inVision, but they managed to pull it off in the end with Samba and like sort of initiating that fight with some decent damage.
Yeah, I think maybe the focusing wasn't quite onto Samba there. You can kind of give a bit of Wiethoofd to them because obviously there is the tank of Poker getting out all the time, but I think maybe inVision could have done more to pressure Sandburn out there, but I think in the end they just took too long doing it, and then the flank came in and just punished their combo on the low ground. Yeah,
essentially. I mean, they're going to be sort of just climbing onto the second point right now. It's 30% right now for Tertia, and it's going to be slowly building right now for CJ. Actually, CJ is something similar as well, but Toast, why are you camping there? Getting that chat going.
Why does your team not call, says Coast, and Crayon, of course, is seeing the good memes in the situation. The Call of Duty campers are, in fact, back in the video game. Singen win the FPS against Cloudy. They're just going to look into try and take some bit of ground in choke here.
I think he's going to rotate big door now. They need to, like, possibly rotate. Strong opinions aren't actually rotating here, even though they've lost their sniper. This might be a bit of a downfall. Stinger's able to snipe in here. Oh, he gets spammed out by Jackie Legs, but he'll be called out. They're trying to push in for a choke. This is probably not the wisest of choices. But yeah,
heavy pyro for a choke isn't really, it's not going to get much done. CJ, they did at least 4 CJ in the end here. Dito's doing his best to slow the team down with a stick. He's doing a pretty good job so far, but the buffs are just soaking up that damage, and the bomb comes in from Sandbang and piped by Dito. Shut down there. And so far they've already taken down Poker as well, and inVision have, so this is maybe a call to repush. And Dwo's on CJ, that last rocket just reloads in time before he gets killed by Sec. And that does in fact mean that there is going to be a hefty Uber advantage here for Tertia.
Don't know whether that was kind of overconfidence or just like, I don't know, weird call, but like I really don't think Strong Opinion should have committed there after they lost both their demo and their heavy. Like, I mean, Sandburn getting picked off easily by Dito with the pipe, and then Stinkan getting the snipe onto Poker, like, meant they couldn't really get much space and any pressure. So yeah, and Super getting some nice stabs. Was that double? That was double.
Yeah, the Sandburn and Poker, like once again, demo and heavy, and they dropped like, you know, their two main players in their combo just again. But yeah, I think this is it's sort of like echoing what happened earlier in the shutter. I think you are right. Strong Opinions aren't respecting the team of inVision as much as they should be, and it's just costing them like just points at this stage in the game. You know, inVision are already just looking to take in this Uber in second, actually all the way behind them as well. CJ might even get caught out. I'm not sure if inVision know where he is. They have caught him now. He's taking a pipe in River, but you know, the backup squad here of Poker and Co. are going to deny any attempt on CJ's life here as he escapes.
Yeah, no, Toast gets the heavy. Gonna be trying to chase Tertia. Tertia's low and gets a nice headshot though, and we'll clean up that frag in the choke. Stinking. Getting the snipes out, but like no kills really, so I could almost have wiped there from inVision.
Yeah, it's just they took the Uber in through lobby, but they were just a bit too slow with getting people up into River. I think Strong Opinions were so spread out anyway that even if they had killed CJ, the collapse afterwards would probably even just have ended up killing inVision anyway.
I don't think he spotted Dwo, but he's still in behind. Oh, he just get caught out by Yahoo. Probably the worst class you want to try and face you on a soldier. So yeah, not going to be finding CJ there for now, as he's going to be coming up to his.
Oh, he has got the mini sentry though. You know, that's alright. He's killed too many sentries so far.
Big mini picks. Okay,
well,
River though.
Yeah.
It's close. They get chased though. They're not going to be finding it though. The big fist of steel coming in to save Duja.
Oh, and look at Two is just like sitting underneath Launchpad now, just like. Two. I think he might actually just sit there for the rest of the game now. No, he's going back into water. He's doing the good play. But it's actually interesting to see actually both snipers are pretty much bottom scoring. Like Crayon, of course, he has got many caps, but he's got the lowest score from Vision. But Cloudy and Stinger are pretty much bottom scoring for both their teams here.
Oh, they're going to be. Yeah, Stinkan's on like almost 100 ping. Like, I'm actually kind of feel sorry for him. They're getting so many picks though. Looking lobby, good pressure in now. Yahoo going to be trying to pressure him, but like kind of decides against it because of his health. And Sandburn going to be trying to pressure them out even more. But Tertia is on 100% actually, so you need to be careful they don't jump him. As Poker trying to pick this. Oh, he gets forced as well.
Yeah, they got the battalions as well. This Uber's going to do absolutely nothing. Yeah, and see, look, already they're peeking shutter with this Uber. They know they can just walk straight in. The Uber charge comes in. Jackie Lace comes into Tertio. Gets 2 rockets off on him, and that's no medic here for inVision. And the collapse onto the point comes in. And there's some good damage coming out from inVision, but it's just not enough. There's too many players and not enough buffs on their side to take out the push, and that'll be 3-1 to Strong Opinions here.
I feel like both teams haven't really been that great coming when they're actually pushing into like big door and lobby area, because like both teams have like basically been caught out in River. Like, it just seems very strange, because surely that would be like the one call you want to call, since like so many teams nowadays will push big door rather than choke, and the lower push is really strong. So we're going to be coming out to the mid now, I guess.
Yeah, sorry, just tapped out for a second there, but we do have the 5th mid-fight coming out here. Detoad now is just looking to do a repeat of the last mid-fight. This time he controls some area here, some early damage getting out onto CJ's just like so forward, onto the point, taking him down to half health. A few flags being traded so far here, looking to be better for Strong Opinions, so they have taken down Sing and Tui and Dwo here. And the flank is currently quite weak though for Strong Opinions, so it's they're looking to just give this to inVision here, maybe go for a repush in the end, but all the flankers are dead. They're just looking to take back control in for their balcony area here. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, surprised that Strong Opinions actually gave that up so quickly, because like, I think it was like even numbers, so I'm surprised they didn't kind of fight that, considering their like temperament for the past few minutes.
They have better classes up as well for the situation, but oh, look at that, Jackie Legs and Viljack coming in here, Jackie Legs on the lamp, big distraction, makes each other look up, and then Viljack just comes in and just meat shots him to death. No chance there for a demo man.
Oh, Strong Opinions going to call out. Tuja peeking is probably the worst decision you can
He wins the heavy 1v1 though.
1v1, oh my god.
Poker has lost the heavy MGE.
if you're getting used to it, Viljack just walks into the mid. I think just because he always does that. He always just seems to like just hold W onto the mids and gets those forces. So really well played by him to do that. And it's 4 down right now for strong opinion, so it's gonna be slight numbers add for inVision. But
yeah, they're taking it in as well. They've got the Uber charge, but they really haven't got too many people with them for company here. They've got lots of many people. They're taking down Singen, but yeah, they got the backup is actually coming in here from Joe and Crayon. They have to stack this or block it. They're going to have to try and block it in the end here. It's just Viljack 1v2ing on the point. Wolf, yeah, they are going to get it in the end. No, Jackie Legs comes in just at the last second. Yeah, but there's a block coming in on middle as well. That the chaos there has enabled inVision just to come in and try and get some stuff done on the combo. Sieging that down to 40 HP and taking down in the end. He's so low, but he does in fact survive in the end. The air blast coming out here from Who will save with Open burning to death. And yeah, very scrappy fight in the end there, but strong opinions just winning that midpoint.
God, Toast is still rocking this Ambi, even in 2019, hitting these shots. Tursha with the questionable position in the lobby gets picked off there. Like, he should have just backed out. Honestly,
yeah, you don't want to see that.
Earlier.
Yeah, that's just tragic. That is. The strong opinions now are just looking to just solidify their round advantage even more. Only 3 minutes. Only just over 3 minutes left. Looking to take some ground in lobby here with this massive Uber advantage they have here. Probably going to do a river push again, maybe. Actually, no, they're going to Poker's on launch pad, so they're going to do a bit of a split push. And this is good. Strong opinions are varying their last pushes here, so it's a lot harder to defend rather than the the one formula that worked once for inVision hasn't worked since. Looking to take supercharge for river. The whips are out from Jackie. Actually, no, they're taking their scout through water here. This is a very difficult play to actually defend against if you haven't got overcharge yourself. And they're going to bum rush 9 people onto the point basically here.
inVision is like so passive. Like, I don't know why inVision was so far back into the spawn there. Like, they're never in water. I don't know why they didn't just kite that kind of forwards rather than backwards into the spawn. So they're able to just get so much cap time there for free. But yeah, strong opinion still just making that water push like really clinical. And the sentry didn't really have much effect either because it was in like a bit of a weird position for them to go water. And you couldn't really move it in time.
Yeah, it's looking like strong opinions are going to be taking this first map here. I mean, it was it's 4-1 with only 2 minutes 40 left. I mean, you know, unless we see like a triple TCM coming out here, I'm not sure we can maybe see inVision get back into it. Might see if we can get around for them just for their own pride. But D-Turd has gone down early, so I'm not sure if that's going to be quite possible so far. Look at the claps coming in for strong opinions here. They zone everybody out of the fight. And that will be inVision running back into their second here. The flank coming in for Jackie, but he's met Strono here, and that's the one pyro that you really don't want to meet as a soldier. Strono is quite notorious for his reflecting ability.
Oh, Tush's going to take so much damage though, and this is basically just logs at this point. And Chiba getting some nice stabs, but it's just to get the butter knife onto Samba and just to add insult to injury. But...
yeah, he's actually been running Eternal Reward for like most of this game.
Wow, okay. That's ballsy, I'll give him that.
Yeah, but Matsei here just bringing out the good unlocks, yeah. He's even running the Fez as well, so he's doing the entire set.
The true meme lord that is Chiba.
Actually, he's called Yerba Matsei, please do not misgender him.
Ah yes, the famous new alias. 2J coming up now onto this midpoint with some damage coming up from D-Turd. As again, probably just more for the logs to try and get some damage down, and it's a double stab coming out! Oh my god, he's unstoppable.
It's just the eternal reward, you know, like if you... The only cue that you have for someone dying is like you hear like the little shank sound. It's just completely silent killer apart from that. And in comms you're not going to hear that, he gets poker as well with the eternal reward. Comes in, kills the assassination classes have been counterspied today. Toast is getting that. inVision, during all this, have taken second. We'll see if they can maybe get a last push going here. Maybe, you know, actually no, they haven't got Chupa now, so maybe they won't get a 9k of the Eternal Award from this point.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, they've got to get like 100% in a second, and let's see if they actually go river. Like, I'd like to see them in these last 50 seconds not go river for once, but I think they're going to be trying to walk this through main or shutter. So here we go. Uber comes out. Going to be trying to focus down the high ground, but I mean, CJ kind of kindness decently well with Jackie Legs, and second to be going down as well. And gets a bit cloudy coming down with the big headshots. Poker still sitting on the point though. It's low, but
they were not prepared for the poker on the point.
They still get it even after all that, like the defense successfully. So there we go, 30 seconds left.
Yeah, I think at this point, you know, if you're inVision, you just want to be thinking, you know, the first map's down, but you know that was Strong Opinion's map pick as well.
That was it? Okay. That's fair enough, I suppose. I mean, yeah, if that was their map pick, then yeah, they're definitely going to be looking to like sort of move on to this warm tick and
you know, like
try and bring across the aggression.
If you're in a series of 3 at a map disadvantage, you want to be thinking, right, we want to try and ban the worst maps we can against them. Just try and like win our map pick and just survive one of the maps. You know, if you can survive like one of the maps, that means you've won the series and you've done it. You know, like you just want to. This is obviously Strong Opinion's first pick, so they're feeling really comfortable on this map. But again, looking a bit shaky with the comms at times, so I'm not sure if it was quite as convincing as it really could have been, seeing as it is their first pick. But the second map is going to be inVision's pick, so maybe be seeing if they can maybe get a bit better performance on that map. They started out really strong on Gully Wash, but I think it maybe showed why Strong Opinions picked it, since they had a lot of varying strategies for pushing last, whereas, you know, inVision, again, they relied solely on that wall to push the Pyro and the Heavy. And once one or both of those people died, they just could not push last. The only time they came close was when, basically, Crayon, like, W'd onto the point and got a huge amount of cap time. That was really the only time he was able to actually get onto a potential conversion of, after the first round for the river push.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could argue it was luck that they didn't get that second round, to be honest, because, I mean, realistically, I'd probably say it was, like, 4-2, I suppose, since the cap time was pretty much almost
Yeah, it's like 95% capped, even on a HUD.
Yeah, but I mean, going into warm tick, like I'm really looking for like Duo and Crayon to do like a lot more, and because I know that Viljack and Jackie Legs are gonna be going behind, or like, you know, Viljack probably playing on the beam and not getting all the Ubers and that sort of thing. So they just need to make sure, like with their Ubers, that they're actually getting the frags they need and like sort of catch out CJ if they possibly can. And I mean, I know Sting has been on 100 ping, but you know, Sniper's quite big on warm tick as well, I feel. So if they give Sting hand space, we'll be able to do something.
I don't know, like, I wouldn't really fancy myself playing against a 100 ping sniper on warm tick of all maps. Like big massive sight lines getting shot when you're like 5 feet behind the wall.
Yeah, the big lag shots.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be possibly looking at the logs now, I guess, for this gully game. Expecting to have been at the top of this, because I saw Sunburn do a lot of damage, but Dito, to be fair, considering did a lot for his team damage-wise on the mids.
Oh yeah, like he's certainly earned that top DPM spot there. You know, but Sunburn actually, he had 8 more deaths, but he's, you know, only 11 less DPM. So I'm not sure if it's just like the Strong Opinions playstyle now, how they're just like getting their own poker do a lot of the cleanup when Sunburn's just basically like the glass cannon of the team doing a lot of damage, and then everyone else like cleaning up in the end. I mean, Yahoo, like he's on 25 to 12, poker 30 to 19. You know, the most deaths in the combo is Sunburn with 24. On Gully Wash as well, which is not something that you see a lot. Normally, the person who dies the most on Gully Wash is like the Heavy or someone, unless they're playing really passive. You know, Poker wasn't doing that. He was quite aggressive on this game.
Yeah, both Spy is actually doing a surprising amount as well. I mean, Gully Wash is probably pretty renowned for it, like, you know, in the chaos and like when everyone's separated and you got a Spy like 1v1 and you know, getting caught out, like getting stabbed from behind. Obviously, is going to happen. But yeah, Toast of the 13 deaths compared to your mate's 20, so you know the Ambi coming in big for Toast, and also the DR, so managed to just live through a lot of that damage. But you know, as you say, like Salmon and Dito obviously coming in big with the damage, 25 kills on each, with Dito getting quite a few less deaths. But I think the playstyle for Strong Opinions is mainly just like, well, yeah, I mean, Poker and Salmon getting like sort of even heals, but also playing around Viljack as well.
I was going to say, I just want everyone to appreciate just how even the heals are for Strong Opinions here. You know, combo 19, 19, 18, flank 11, 11, and 10 for the sniper. Yeah. So you can just sort of see, like, CJ's just almost been perfect with his heal distribution for the playstyle he's going for. He's just going for, it's a classic Strong Opinions play, really. How you just have everyone just almost within a fingertips reach of your medigun, and people just take the heals when they need them and go forward at a certain time. Just taking an advantage and just getting plays off of those advantages. And that's pretty much exactly what they've been going for. You know, the heals in the combo you don't normally see. Like Tercio as well, like he's got 23, 21, and 17, and then his flank is very uneven. You know, like Joel only got 5% heals compared to Crayon's 13%. You know, so it's just Strong Opinions. They're clearly playing a lot more around their medic here, I would say, and just a lot more. They got much more center play style, whereas inVision, a lot of the time, they've got a few individual plays going from, say, Duo or a random other person. With Strong Opinions, it's always like the same 3 people that are going for the plays on the flank. It's always going to be Yahoo, Viljack, and Jackie Legs there. And I think that's reflected in their heal percentages because they're all just playing together in their little areas of the map. So we'll see how it actually transfers over to the warm tick map.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it will probably be the same case. I mean, Strong Opinions, I really feel are a team that are good for like going for boss. Like, I mean, you see the 11-11 on the flank, but like, that's just because Viljack and Jackie Legs work so well together, and like they won't peak at different times. They'll always kind of go for the same things, and they're really coordinated. So I mean, inVision are gonna have to kind of mirror that going into Warm Tick, and that'll involve like jumping in behind if they go for the banana holes and that sort of thing, or like possibly going under. With like the NG picks or the sniper picks and that sort of thing. So let's see if they can kind of carry on with that strat.
Yeah, like I can definitely see why inVision opted to pick Warning against Strong Opinions, of course. Like, I'm sorry, I decided just lying about the team in the end there. Like,
Nope.
It was actually you won Warning against Strong Opinions regular season, then you lost the product Golden Cap. My apologies. So you can definitely see why inVision are wanting to do Warning against the Strong Opinions team.
True.
But of course, it is a slightly different roster. Like, they have changed a few players since then. They've gotten old Sandburn. I'm not sure if Sandburn was playing that game, but either way, there's Poker now playing for them, and actually they've got really fast ready up here. With audio going into the second map. So once again, this is Critscast, the coverage of the ETF2L Season 18 Premiership Highlander semi-final between Strong Opinions and inVision. This is Warm Tick, the second map of the series, and Strong Opinions lead the series 1-0 so far.
You guys have to take this for a second because my connection has just dropped.
Oh, well.
Yikes.
Always happy to speak more about Highlander, as we see Bodar is worrying a bit about that at the same time. Nicknob has killed Bulljack right away, so the flank presence is down. Yahoo's been launched to the moon there by a nice little rocket there. But so far, it's just they're trying to take control of the top left area here. But Yerba Mate takes down Cloudy. That's going to be the cue for inVision to walk across this point here. The spam heavy out top right. Yahoo's in with a jetpack, seeing what you can do, but will choose quite wisely to not go for that play. The flank is still dead, though. Strong Opinions losing Jack Legs as well. But they're actually taking so much more space. I see Tertio has actually gone down there, not really sure what he died to in the end there. But Strong Opinions here looking to try and get some cap time onto the point. And the sentry, level 1 sentry are doing a lot of work, but the heavies have just killed everyone on the server.
Yeah, two just coming in from under doing so much damage, but I'm surprised his mid-fight's still going.
Yeah, like I just saw like a 3k in the kill feed from Poker with the Tomislav, and then I just see Tuya go through drop down and get a 4k, so yeah, I mean, heavy, he does a lot of damage, he's fat.
Both top scoring right now.
Yeah, that's one way to pad your logs.
Yeah, gonna try and cap this out. Well, I mean, Strong Opinion get the first cap, but it could be inVision trying to look to recap here. There's a lot of pressure though from Jackie Legs and Yahoo trimming out to this point with Poker in his good old sort of top spot with Strong actually going down and Dito going down, so he'll be trying hard to try and contest this now.
Yeah, the only casualty of that push there was Sandburn. A bit overextended maybe, but I think you'll trade your demo for the point, keeping the point every day of the week, I would imagine. But actually, Turtle's been building really well here. He's coming up to his 85% overcharge now. And Receiver is only at 75. So it's 15% disadvantage here coming out as well. There's a lot of aggression here, but actually Viljack will get caught out here. Didn't have a buff. Stinger and Warders taken down. Basically free there. Nice little body shot. But the 2 has gone down to Cloudy as well, so that top left controller is just gone for a while. And the counter Uber's coming out here from Strong Opinions here, across the middle point, all the way out across, try and take down the players of inVision. But they've only really managed to kill the flank so far. And that should be enough to hold the point though. And Strong Opinions are just choosing to just do this aggressive hold onto the point. I'm not sure inVision are quite prepared for this.
Yeah, I think Strong Opinions is kind of abusing the fact that they're all holding behind the containers, and Stinghans still behind the containers as well, so they're just playing into the sniper sight line. But I mean, I think Stinghans is looking to get this the damage onto Cloudy and onto Poker, because I think once those picks go down, and as I say that, he does actually get Cloudy, so going to be trying to work off that. Jack Legs with a massive bomb though, but doesn't actually manage to get him in the end.
This is a really good coordination as well. Like, Toast is just sitting in top left and like decloaking, and CJ going down to Singen though. I am been really interrupted there by Singen here. But it doesn't look like too much is happening so far. The heals are off, but I just want to go back across the Strong Opinions played before. They would send Toast in top left or like one other player just to have him basically bait people to look up, and then they just walk across point and start spamming the combo. Get like 1 million damage down because everyone's looking at the spy because they fear the Toast spy so much. But Strong Opinions are not coming up this point really easily. There's a lot of cat time here for inVision, but they were a bit slow on the uptake here. They're just getting slightly blocked from the other side by Viljack here, and Crayon will to catch a pipe from drop down there from Sandburn, the classic Nano Man spot on this map. And Strong Opinions, they're just running down the clock here. There's so much cat time for inVision. They've had this cat time for the best part of a minute almost so far, but they're just not being able to get anything off it, not being able to convert it into a full point cap. They have set up in Banana here with this level 2 Sentry Wrangles. There should surely be a cap now. You can't see that.
I was gonna say, it's taken them forever to get this cap, and like, you know, they get the demo frag there as well, but I mean, they managed to get the sniper out, they managed to go into Banana and get that cap eventually, but I mean, they're still going to run down the clock quite a lot here. It's only like 30 seconds left for Strong Opinions to actually get this, and like, you know, they haven't really been managed to counter the poker in the top area that well, and the, you know, Cloudy coming out as well. They just need to work around Stinging a bit more, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Now, we've seen what you can do so far, opening the SPS against Cloudy and getting CJ as well, but actually the Ubercharge comes in really early use there from CJ into Banana. And they've actually gotten so much ground here and so much cap time.
CJ?
The CJ's, okay, he's died to Strono.
Wait!
But yeah, Tertio as well, like both medics are just, like, I don't know what's happening here. The medics are just seem to get stuck behind and dying, okay.
Poker just like, I don't even know what like, the thought process was from Strono there, but he managed to kill CJ, but then no one else came to help Tertio for some odd reason, and then he just gets killed by Poker.
The worst part of all that was, like, I know that Strono got CJ, but he actually, Tertio was leaving through Banana, and then Strono air blasted the heavy towards Tertio.
Oh god.
So that's completely tragic there for inVision here. They've got on a, it's overtime now. Actually, where is Strong Opinions? They all died. Okay, no, oh, sorry.
Do you mean inVision?
inVision, yeah, inVision.
Yeah, they're all, well, I have no idea.
inVision just sort of, like, okay.
Just evaporated into thin air.
Like, I would have thought, like, both medics die. You would have thought they would have been just sat behind the point waiting for overtime, but apparently they just all got slammed by the flank in the end there.
Yeah, that was a pretty decisive first round though for Strong Opinions, so I mean, they definitely need to work on just, like, you know, any advantages they can get. Like, if Sting has managed to get Cloudy, they need to work on that, or if they manage to get some base and Banana, they need to go on that. But Jacket coming in with a big bomb, manages to get, okay, now he's just jumping around again, still taking a lot of damage, but there's going to be 3 down anyway, either way, already, so going to be pretty strong midpoint for us to try and have strong points.
That's a strong midpoint for Strong Opinions. I like your sense of humour back, it's really good. I like it a lot. But Toad's going for the back, he's taking down D-Toad as well. That will solidify this point of Strong Opinions here. And again, like, this is the map pick of inVision. You would have thought they'd be a bit more dominant on this one opposed to Gully. Yeah, dominant, confident, like, whatever adjective you want to use. But it's just, they're so passive a lot of the time. It's not getting the correct, like, plays that they need to actually capture this control point. They're just getting the cap time again, they're doing a good job of that so far, but CJ actually died at the start of the mid-fight, so maybe this is their chance to get around on the board here as they get some players onto the point and start walking forwards.
Oh my god, Viljak with that drop down, like, I hate it when scouts do that when they jump the drop down, Samba's found it as well, but they managed to defend it, they haven't actually managed to cap it out, I'm not sure why, like, is this not confident standing on the point, like, as a team? Like, it just seems to be a massive downfall, even though they're getting picks range.
Yeah, like, I think I'm not sure if they just fear the Poker heavy in top right. Because I know, like, Poker, I believe he was on Kitty in regular season, and Poker just basically destroyed Phaler just by sitting in that top window area. So I'm not sure if they sort of fear the heavy there, but it hasn't really been too much of a factor so far. They've done a good job of handling him, zoning him out. The main issue has been the drop down and, like, Viljak as well, just denying the cap. But they seem to be giving, again, they're giving Strong Opinions too much respect now. CJ does actually catch a Piper drop and is forced to use. Comes all the way across the point here, trying to get some space here, maybe force out Tertio. He does actually force in the end, and he's just going to try and get people off the point here. There is no cat time Strong Opinions here, so there's really good control. Poker is still in the top right window with Cloudy and Sandburn, and the spy comes in, and it kills Tertio in the end. The claps are coming out for Strong Opinions here. Yeah, they didn't have any window control there at all.
They just aren't able to control Poker and Cloudy in this top area really well, and like, oh my god, Cloudy is destroying Duo there. I feel sorry for Duo actually, because he went for a jump earlier on and almost got CJ, but CJ managed to surf it into the health back, so he's been trying to put on the pressure, but the rest of his team hasn't really managed to follow up, and yeah, you got Poker to sit at the top of the leaderboard above his medic right now, just not getting pressured.
Yeah, like, I think it's just, we're saying it wasn't really a factor, but I think he's been getting the cleanup kill, so maybe Poker's been doing a lot more than meets the eye here. Been doing so much damage just across the point here, and Stinger's taken down. I think actually Poker was shooting the sniper, taking down his butt, Stinger headshot him. That was quite interesting there, but Nipnop's altered to a level 3s now, and just on the Space Wrench as well. Of course, he's American, so he's using Space Wrench.
Seems legit. going to be sort of trying to push up this valley side area with on level 3s as well, but Cloudy's going to be sitting on top of the container. He's going to be dropping down now to get some more heals, I think. But Sexpo is really sort of aggressive on the point. They don't really know what to do. Like they should be doing sap plays, honestly. They're going to be sort of sitting in banana now, expecting these sap plays to come in. But I mean, look how much space they're giving them, and they're still not taking it. The sap plays come in though. Dito coming in. Everyone dropping down from the forward, so and CJ having to use there, to be fair. So
yeah, two actually escapes. Two escapes on 8 HP. Can he get the sandwich? He cannot. Jackie will come in through under just to kill him in the end there. But the collapse afterwards just comes in. Like, no one is really alive here for the Uber. CJ's
wait,
dead.
what? Oh, I thought that was Tertia actually.
Yeah, that was CJ dying.
Like,
yeah.
Okay, so that should be a big. Oh, sticking out with the big shot onto Jackulus. Good boy, mate. As the Uber actually gets forward from Yahoo, I think, and possibly a bit of poke as well. But they're going to be getting this point now. As
Sambo's in, but he's met over Strono, and he doesn't. He gets reflect piped as well. Will die to his own roller. Or he's but there's just a poker in the top there. He gets Tertio down to only 30 HP, but eventually he will survive that terrifying Russian heavy there from the top there with Tommy Slub.
Jacqueline is kind of just like shooting at detail a bit there, kind of just wasting some health. But you have the Nipnop sitting was level 1 in Banana with Tertius sort of holding aggressive on the point, so a bit more confidence coming out from inVision here. But they just need to make sure that they're actually respecting the people in these top areas. You got Tuja alone in the kind of opposite top area. Cloudy's staring him down right now and waiting for that headshot. But
Toast and her two have a nice little meeting over here. It's just like two jumping up and down and dodging the ambi headshots around the corner. But yeah, you have a Massey has taken down Cloudy here, so sniper advantage here in the banana area for the team of inVision as they look to maybe solidify their hold here. But there's no spam onto top right. Siege is actually using the Uber in through top right, but Stroner here has sent them to the moon. Uber Child has been mostly denied here, but the scout is running in. And there's no cat time just yet. They've lost Strono, and the dregs of the Uber will take down CJ. Dito and Gio combine there to take down CJ.
Jackulegs is in, Salman's in, Jackulegs misses and gets denied pretty well by the rest of the team actually. And
yeah, this has to be a push. This has to be the push across here from, yeah, there we go. inVision are just taking the ground. They know. They're feeling a bit more confident now, taking the ground.
Yeah, I think inVision took one round to sort of warm up on this map, but now that they've got the they kind of know what's going on, and Poke's going down again, Cloud is going down again, so Tertio could have some decent ad here, and it's quite close on the time, so it's going to be quite a scrappy fight. I'm seeing in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, singing down that right away there to Vilchat there. Sandburn does die the clever little 6-trap Dito, but I think he tried to drop down there. Just couldn't spam through it. And the Poker and Jackulegs are sitting in top right here with Vilchat on the cap. Vilchat does die though to the Heavy of Tuya. I think we've seen this a lot more where Heavy just always stand in the top, in the window area, just don't take any heals.
Yeah, basically. I mean, they're not managing to go drop down, which is kind of strange, because they're kind of more open to get sniped by the snipers, but Strono going to be sort of just trying to deny what he can on the point. Sambo's going to be spamming out the sentry and the medic. The Uber comes out, though. But they haven't actually
be careful here, yeah. CJ's caught his Uber charge at the end. It's a much later pop as well. So they're actually looking, they're probably going to get this capital. They're taking down Nipnop as well from the Spy of Toast. There should be a cap here, strong opinions. Yeah, a bit of a misplay maybe they're coming out from Tertia there, maybe not reading the Uber charge levels correctly, as he chose to use the Uber charge to block the point, but of course CJ had his Uber in the end, so maybe just a small misplay there, which actually, we're coming into only 10 seconds overtime left here, might even cost them a round.
Yeah, they are putting some pressure. They've been losing their pyro. Actually, they have no demo and no pyro right now, so
yeah,
they kill Tuja. I didn't focus, alright, and they can probably get away with this.
There's no cap time for them though. Daku's doing such a good job of spamming people off the point.
The Heavy goes down though, I mean, Stinger gets a decent pick on to look at that. Vilja goes down, so it's a big
strong
get rid of, and CJ.
Yeah, the Tuya there.
Oh god.
Yeah, Tuya and the Strono, those are the two classes that they will win you your overtime every day of the week. You've got the tank of the Heavy doing that constant damage people coming onto the point, and you've got the Pyro reflecting all the projectiles that would otherwise have killed your Heavy. Yeah, if you can't kill those classes doing overtime, you are probably going to lose that round unless you kill the entire rest of the team.
Yeah, I think inVision's having some decent focus on the people at the right time, because they're definitely focusing Viljack and Jackulegs when them two come in, and when Poker starts peeking as well, you can just see Dito sort of shift his focus and Stinger shift his focus as well, because Cloudy's almost always behind him, so it's really making it harder for Cloudy to actually snipe with Poker being in front of him all the time.
Jackulegs just takes instantly just takes a big element of Stinger, just have a seat, Stinger, there's nothing you can do about that, it's just sink the rockets. Absolutely nothing you can do. And Jackulegs is still doing the high bombs around the map here. Again, the early sniper pick has really let Strong Opinions get some good cat time onto the point here. Cloudy has used that to take down Tuya. Jackie Legs now has control of window, but he's got Dro for company. See what he can get done here, but again, the cat time is in Strong Opinions' favor. They have dropped Sunburn though to Yerba Mate, and Stinger has taken down Toast, so there's no Ambi to worry about here in top left area. But I think Strong Opinions will be content with just like capping this one and going passive here. But CJ drops! Yerba Mate comes in and just demolishes CJ basically. Yeah, that's going to be no more Uber charge coming out for Strong Opinions, and now inVision, they have actually used the Uber. They're chasing so deep here. They're all like on their side of the map. Tertia will leave through under here.
a bit separated from his team, but it doesn't really matter in the end, I suppose. They meet up with them, but they're going to get this cap in the end. But yeah, CJ getting picked off there by Yerba Mate could be pretty big for them.
Oh yeah, that's really like the one thing that you don't want to happen when you you just cap the middle point as equal Ubers, and suddenly the spy just comes in and you just lose instantly. But no, there's getting some cat time again. Strong Opinions are seeing what they can get. But we have Stinger in Banana now. Has taken down Cloudy already, and he's just watching this. There is nothing to contest him now.
Whoa, with the huge bomb! Gets two there with CJ included in those two, and there's going to be no med right now for Strong Opinions, but it's going to be a massive sort of ad right now for inVision. But Viljack going to try and come in, pressure in the demo, but gets cleaned up nicely by Tuja. So yeah, the confidence is definitely increased right now.
Yeah, I think the inVision have maybe remembered what happened in the Failure fixture, where Strong Opinions just literally could not get anything done, because every time they tried to walk forward, CJ would get picked by someone. It didn't matter who, but he just got picked by someone. And I think that's what they're trying to do now. They're trying to get people in positions where they can just pick CJ. Because of course CJ, you know, like I imagine he's main calling. He's the main heals as well, you know. The only other heals on the team is a sandwich. Not going to be doing too much. So I think they've just realised it's taken down. They're actually going for a push through under as well. CJ does not have his Uber. Yeah, they know what to do now. They're taking down Samban and Poker. CJ is he's all the way out, so maybe this wasn't too successful so far. But they've certainly at least kept the point for a while, and they haven't even had to use their Uber either. This is really well played from inVision here. The aggression.
Yeah, that was actually really well played by Tertia as well, because I was kind of concerned with his like overcommitted position there, but yeah, Jackie Leg trying to go into a bomb, but into a level 3, he's still kept alive by Nip-Nop, so gonna be trying to push on to the point now though. Level 1 coming out from Sick, gonna be trying to, it's actually getting shot through the mini gap of drop down, but Strong are gonna be getting used on right now, trying to deny them from getting onto this cap, but Strong Opinions might actually come out better on top of this unless they manage to like, unless 2J manages to get like a 3K or something.
Didn't even realise you could like get a sentry shooting through that. That's like the 800 IQ play from this there. I mean, Engineer, he's playing Engineer, like, the man does have 11 PhDs, so maybe he's just like, he's getting the Engineer's intellect. He does have the Einstein hat as well, so maybe that's just transferring to his Engineer gameplay ability.
Assert dominance.
But right now we have Strong Opinions just sitting in Banana here, but they actually lost their sniper. It's going to be a bit of a difficult thing for them, and that's going to be the cue for inVision to peak this point here. To get some spam onto the sentry gun and maybe get some pressure, but CJ dies!
Oh no!
Crayon! Is that a flank just sitting behind there?
I think so, yeah. I think Crayon might have walked in from under, but I mean, yeah, going to be walking over the point now and trying to cap it out. But again, Nip-Nop, Jack-X trying to jump in just to no avail. Yahoo managed to walk in, nice play from Dito, good denying that. Dito's got some decent damage right now. Decent jump comes in from Jack-X, gets some damage down, but they just need to cap this out. They're taking too long to get this, I think.
Yeah, like I do agree. Like they were scared for Viljack and the Pirate there when all they really needed to do was peek Tuya in through top left. There was no spy, there was no sniper. It was completely free for Tuya to peek there, but I think they were fearing something. I'm not sure what, but yeah, they do eventually cap out in the end. You know, under a minute left here for inVision. They're leading it in this third round, currently 1-1. So see if they can maybe defend this point from the red hordes of Strong Opinions, as they do have this hefty Uber advantage to work with though.
Cloudy goes down as well, so Sting can't give him that massive sniper advantage just sitting in Banana, as the jump's probably going to come in as well. Samba going to get denied by this Tucha sort of heavy still on this top area, not moves.
Jackie going for the big bomb behind Banana though, and hasn't been spotted yet, but the Nip-Nop is too strong. We'll take him down with that Wrangler there. That's like a 600 health sentry just taken down with like double firing speed. There's no chance for a soldier against that. But
Toast decided to just drop down in the middle of the sentry and the pyro. A bit of a questionable decision.
Oh, no.
I don't know what this Uber is either.
Yeah, there's like a heavy Uber onto a point against a Wrangle sentry. Maybe it's more of a desperation play than anything. But yeah, the counter Uber comes out from inVision here. And yeah, Sandman wasn't in the fight yet. He died before, so they kind of had to use on someone. They are taking down Joel and Quail in the post fight here, but there's so many people dying here for Strong Opinions and no one in range of the point. and that will be the third round going to inVision. 2-1 for them currently, looking to get their foothold in the game.
They're not really respecting the level 3 coming out from Nip-Nop, to be honest. Like, when it's in Banana, they need to play it completely differently. Like, I don't know what the decision to uber heavy, like, on not even drop down either, like, literally just, like, away from the point in long range. So they need to kind of, I think this might be panic mode, like you said. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's 2-1 right now to inVision.
Yeah, like Jackie once again doing his high bomb will actually get a bit denied there, so no stinging early death this mid fight, and Tuya is in top left here. Just seeing what he can get down. Cloudy has died to Dwo, though the opposite bomb has come out. Poker has died to Stingin as well. Oh, how does he keep getting away with this?
He peeks that, Cloudy goes down. See, as soon as Cloudy goes down, Tuya just brain, it just activates. He's like, yo, I'm gonna peek this point, kills everything.
So Tuya's really activated his almonds there, taking down CJ.
Yeah, like, I don't actually, I don't know why CJ was actually on the, I suppose he was just seeing this demo, like, called to go forwards, but it's just very risky playing. Like, they just aren't showing as much respect to inVision as they should be at this point.
Our control point.
Yeah, like, I think they're just, like, taking these, like, disadvantageous fights and just dying a lot of the time. And, you know, losing a medic on the mid fight is not what you want with a team of strong opinions. Like, Cloudy actually will get taken down by the spy of Yabamate, teleported behind him, he's a silent killer knife, you know? Yabamate he's just and now he's taken his own identity forever. So
Stingan getting pressured, like Dito getting a decent spam for a drop down though, and they've still got the cap, but CJ again killed by Stingan. Gets jumped though and losing players, but I mean, yeah, that Tertiary, as long as he kept alive, it's gonna be really big for them.
Yeah, I'm just seeing echoes again. Like I know it's like, you know, beating a dead horse, but this is just like the failure fixture in the regular season when CJ was just dying every single fight, every time they tried to get a push, every time it looked like they were maybe starting to get some ground or win a fight, CJ would die. Because there's little protection on him, or he's in a sight line, or he's just too forward. They're just little things that I think when you've got teams that can really take advantage of that, it is so punishing. Those tiny mistakes can just cost you they eventually snowball into a round. You keep losing all of the fights. Eventually, of course, that timer keeps ticking down, and you will lose that round eventually.
Where are inVision right now? They're behind house?
There's a couple of people there's like Tertios in Banana with Stingin, but I think the rest of them are...
one in Banana. Wow, I'm blind. I didn't see them all hiding there. Of course, they're playing around the Nip-Nop Sentry. You're gonna have this decent ad though, so they're probably gonna use out here, I expect, with Wiethoofd, but it's Wednesday.
It's quite interesting to see like the Poker and Tuya heavy 1v1 from across the map. They're both doing like 20 damage every 5 seconds to each other.
Some intense stuff. Cloudy, Poker still taking this sort of positioning up. Let's see if Tertio... Okay, they get really cool out here. You have to use on the NG.
Yeah, but Crayon's just like killed a couple people as well. Oh, no. Stingin at the end. And you know, just as we said, it looks so good for strong opinions. They catch out basically the entire combo of inVision, and then they lose their medic and sniper.
They're giving Stingan so much space as well. Like Cloudy dies so much to like Spy and Soldier, and also Stingan as well. Like on his ping, like being pretty advantageous, I suppose. But I mean, they haven't even capped yet. If you look, strong opinions have not yet capped the point a single time, as they're going to try and pressure him now.
Yeah, like Dito's in the drop down though. They have to be careful of this spam. He's just putting supplies across the point. Cloudy has taken down 2 of those. There's a 4 on the side of strong opinions down. He's taken down as well as one. Stingin! They just are giving him so much space. They're not respecting his sightline, and they're just dropping CJ to him. Oh, but Tertio has died to the pistol. Maybe
yeah,
just a lifeline for strong opinions here.
Yeah, they needed some sort of... They actually managed to cap it out eventually, but Jackie was coming in on very low health, gets picked up by Crane with a bit of a trade, but big bomb from Dwo comes to the top area. Sek got a bit of an aggressive level 3 here, but it doesn't actually cover the entire point, so they will just try and cap this out, while the rest of the team are sort of spawning. So, Tish's going to be getting aggressed on here, but just managed to pick up the Pyro. A bit of impatience here.
Oh, no one's
big
got the spike.
from Dwo onto the demo. That was pretty well played.
Yeah, we almost saw both demos go down there, like 2 at the last second there, spotting Toast on his demo. And they will keep him up for this final push, which is always what you want. I mean, when you're like 50 seconds left and you've just got a respawn wave, you want that damage to kill the heavy. And there's going to be no heavy for this overtime push here. It's focused on the 6-second respawn.
Oh, shut up! The door reflects,
and you have a massive
no damage.
That's the eternal reward there. You just like take someone's disguise and just like walk as if he was doing it in the overtime push. And then Dito and Strono there at the end just demolishing everything. And there's nothing strong we can do about this hold here. There's everyone live for inVision, and that will be 3-1. After a bit of a shaky start to the map, that will be 3 clean rounds, really. Or all things considered, for inVision. Right away. Very dominant.
I think that, like, after the first round, they warmed up and they're like, right, okay, this is what Strong Opinions is going to do. They're going to sit Poker there, they're going to sit Cloudy there, and they're going to do the same thing every single time. Jackie Legs is going to bomb here, here, and here, and they just adapted, and they moved into Banana once they got the point. Play around Nip Nop. Tosh wasn't able to get anything done really that well because Strono was just on the case, and his Reflex came in really well, actually, to defend against the top spam as well, because sometimes that position could be really strong, and Sandburn was abusing it quite a lot, but even then, like, Stingham with the cleanup kills, and Crown with some decent pressure with the help of Duo, and yeah, ends up with some decent CJ picks and a win on this map.
Oh yeah, it's like you were saying, like the Strong Opinions are doing the same thing every time. Like their strategy basically revolved around punishing the container hold, sitting on the point. So of course, then inVision said, right, okay, if Strong Opinions want to play on the point, we'll play in Banana. And of course, you can't really play on the point all the time against a Banana sentry. So that's really well played from them. Strong Opinions could not adapt to the new playstyle. And that is a well-deserved second map for inVision. We go into our third map now in Upwood. I think we're going to have a look at some logs now, though.
Yeah, I've seen top kills actually comes down to Crayon and Stinghand and Tuja, so I mean pretty high consistent kills from 4 or 5 players at the top of inVision there. So pretty well played by them, and like quite low deaths considering as well. So pretty decent KDs overall for them. I mean, you could argue as well, actually, like looking at it, you've got like, well, actually, Nibnob barely died there, and neither did Sek, but still some decent damage.
I just want to see like the dichotomy in medic deaths. This is so much like Coldplan with Baylor. We have 4 deaths for Tertio and 17 for CJ. And if we look at CJ's deaths, if we just trying to find the logs here, yeah, CJ has 13 of his deaths were to the hands of Stingen, Tuya, and Strono. So if those players weren't in the server, he would have the same deaths as his enemy, as his opposite number with Tertio. And I think we're actually changing server once again. I'm not sure what this is all about, but yeah. Anyway, but yeah, if your medic's dying 17 times in the space of 22 minutes, that's like what it's 0.8 deaths a minute, close enough. Like that's kind of huge, especially when you've got these only 4 deaths. Oddly enough, he only had 2 less Uber charges coming out, but I think it's just the buffs that I think really lost his team a lot of the fights in Banana. Like, if your medic's dying all the time, you can't get that. You can't get the momentum forward.
The arrows as well.
Yeah, the arrows as well. You can't get the momentum to try and take that Banana. And it also means that your heavy is basically left with a lurch on top left. They're just taking spam and cyber headshots and can't really get arrowed. Forced to eat a sandwich means you can't deny anything coming into top left. So yeah, I think killing CJ really was the kryptonite for Strong Opinions here. They couldn't get anything done while he was dead.
I think the thing is as well, like they just realized that how Strong Opinions play that map is they kind of just have the beam on the point all the time, which is where CJ mostly died, like on the point. And because Viljet takes the beam a lot as well as Samburn on the point, they kind of just thought, you know what, let's just get rid of the thing that's making this actually work, which is the medic. And Stinghand knew that, and Spy knew that, and everyone else that was spamming into there knew that. And it ended up just being pretty advantageous for them. And Tertio was always in, like, also shout out to Tertio as well, because like he wasn't, not only was he like healing his team still, but he was in a position where he could play around his sentry. He was smart, playing around his engineer and his heavy and stuff like that. That like when Jackie Legs and the others came in to try and get a stab or a bomb onto him, he was in a decent position to like avoid that damage. So yeah, it ended up just being pretty well for them.
Yeah, it's always good. Like if you can just basically nullify the entirety of Jackie Legs bombs, you're well on your way to winning a Koth map. I mean, Jackie Legs, he's on Koth maps, like product especially, he's just an absolute beast to deal with a lot of the time. It's not fun. Like I know him and Nubi are known for their high bombs. Just on the Koth maps, especially like they'll do a high bomb, go behind, cause a massive distraction, then come back in afterwards once he's got a bit of an opening. And if you can deal with that effectively, like you're basically down a flank on the other team for that mid fight, which meant that Viljak, as we were saying in the last map, Viljak was basically holding Jackie Leg's hand for the entire game, just popping out consistent damage and play. But if your soldier isn't with your scout all the time, of course, that's going to be a bit difficult. They struggled with containing Viljak in the first round because of the cap time he was getting, but they started just really controlling him eventually then, which meant that, even when Strong Opinions had these really good plays coming out and these good fights, they had no cap time, and again, they started losing CJ afterwards as well, so they had no cap time and no medic, which is just the losing formula for Koth, sadly.
So the interesting thing here is going to be whether they kind of have like a worse mentality now. So because I really think that they can perform well on Upward compared to Warmtick. Like inVision, the reason they did well there, like well for many reasons, but one of it was just the fact that they're like quite coordinated in their peaking and they know when to go forward and they manage to get people with the Uber. But on a map like Upward, it's a lot more difficult for them to do that. And obviously the objective is different as well. It's a car. It's not just a static point.
Yeah, I think strong opinions have just they've had a bit of a season where they've struggled with Koff. I'm not sure what the real issues there are, but they have really struggled with Koff. I mean, they struggled against Wiethoofd, of course. They struggled against Failer quite on quite a large scale. But I think maybe this is just reflected in their performance today. On Koff. But we are going into the third map now of Upward. So again, it is strong opinions pick, and they are pretty much. I think they played Upward, as I said in the pre-game, just about every grand finals, every semi-finals of Premiership they've tried to get Upward in. But again, you were saying with the mentality of strong opinions, like they are not a team that are going to tilt after losing the enemy team's map pick. They're not that team. But the mentality for inVision going to be feeling really good about themselves now. After not really getting rolled on Gullywash, which was strong opinions' first map pick, going into a really dominant performance on the end there to strong opinions. That's going to be their almost going to be pretty good atmosphere right now.
I think as well, there's it's kind of fatigue, I suppose, but also the fact that if you think about it, well, in my opinion anyway, I think there's strong opinions have more to lose. So if the pressure's on them now. So inVision, if inVision actually win this, and they're going to be playing to win, obviously they've been playing to win, but they're going to be playing definitely to win this, and it's going to be huge for them, I think, as a team to manage to do this.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest upsets I think in recent Highlander history. If they do manage to pull this off, I mean, strong opinions. They're like how many seasons have they won? Like five or six Prem seasons. It's close to that, I think. If you can, they've won more Prem titles than any other team in the history of ETF2L. And if you can basically knock them out at the first hurdle of playoffs, that's going to be, especially as the third seed, this is going to be. This reminds me of season 10 when we had the Bureau versus High Panda semi-finals. When we had it was High Panda. They were the favourites. They were the old guard of Hildriff and Kisakala and such. Yeah. It's just I think they don't have Steve at the time. Sorry, they had a lot of old school Highlander players, and they were the team to beat really in those playoffs a lot of the times. I know that there was fair enough that they had a good season as well, but High Panda that was season 10, wrong season, my mistake. But it was it was High Panda versus the Bureau, a team of relatively unknown players, a lot of them. They just play. They don't really play together in their own teams.
Like a semi-mix, maybe.
Yeah, it's sort of a mix, and then they just come in and just kill High Panda, and that was the High Panda just never reformed after that. That was just their last season, basically, and that really was such an upset at the time. For Bureau to just come in. I believe that was during the old playoff structure as well. So it was that was High Panda. That was like fourth to third, and then they play the winners of the other match, but. That's a completely different story here. But if you can just knock people off, basically, at the first round of playoffs, especially when you've a team with the reputation of strong opinions, that's really something special. And they'll be looking to, they'll as you said, strong opinions have got a lot to lose here, and I think inVision have got pretty much a lot to gain. We expected inVision to be a playoffs contender. They were basically, it was basically a three-way split at the start of the season for playoffs. It was expected to be Kitty, inVision, and Wiethoofd looking to try and get playoffs. Of course, Kitty, after their impressive start of the season, they sort of just trailed off a little bit. I know Wiethoofd had a couple of issues with they got playoffs denied by VR. So then eventually the pack just seemed to just get thinned out a little bit, and. So now it's just inVision. They sort of got through the little split into playoffs. So they're taking points off of most of the teams that they've played. I think the only team they haven't taken points off so far in the season, of course, with the exception of playoffs, even though they aren't really points, was strong opinions. So they'll be going into this match with a freshly renewed sense of confidence here, trying to just take down the titan that is the strong opinions team.
Yeah, as you said, been around for ages, and it's going to be interesting to see if anything changes. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be all down to this one map. Strong Opinion is obviously picking this one up, and Payload, completely different playstyle than the Koth that we see, and I think like Sick, I think Engineer is like more of a class that's viable in Payload compared to Koth, I'd say, and like they're going to be playing around like the level 3s a lot better, and the combo a lot better as well. Like it'd be more together. So, and I think because Sandburn's going to be like sort of calling like when to go forwards, and Jackie Legs are like the big sort of high bombs, that sort of thing. It might come out in more of a favour for them, but we'll have to see if the sort of fatigue comes in and the confidence comes in possibly for inVision.
Yeah,
We'll see what picks they get.
You are right about the fatigue there. I mean, inVision, like as a team, they've just been sort of scraping just almost touching the edge of playoffs now for a few seasons. Whereas Strong Opinions, I know they've taken a few seasons off every now and then, but at least all of the players, they've been on teams that have been in playoffs pretty much every season. All the different players they've picked up. Most Strong Opinions has been in playoffs each season, so they've all played best of threes. So I think the fatigue might set in a bit more with inVision, but I don't think I can really see it happening too much. I mean, they have really got a bit of a mountain to climb, really, because Upward is really the quintessential Strong Opinions map, and it's their decider map all the time because it's basically it's pretty much just their swamp. it's their map that they like to play on deciders pretty much all the time. Pretty much mastered the map.
Yep.
At least their old roster.
I'm hearing apparently that they're having some server issues with Stinghand, because I think Stinghand's been on pretty high ping for a lot of this, so kind of having to talk to admins and all that malarkey. So you have to bear with us here. As if you need reminding, this is the semi-finals between inVision and Strong Opinions. Going into a third map as a decider, which is actually picked by Strong Opinions, which is Upward, and yeah, so gonna be waiting around for a bit while this happens. But I mean, in terms of players, extra, who do you think has kind of stood out for you? Like, if you had to choose one player from each team, who's like the one player that stood out?
It is difficult because of course the different maps that have been played. But I think the person that's been really consistently just doing a lot of work all the way through both maps, I think for inVision, is Tuya. Like, Tuya's just he's always been a presence to deal with. And sure, he's died a few times with Sniper. It's Prem Sniper, you're going to die to that quite a bit as heavy. But he's, he had, pretty low deaths in both maps. Especially with the 4-1 that they lost to on Gullywash. So he's just been always there. He's been getting the plays as well. Every time the Sniper goes down and someone peeks him, he will kill them. Like, that's just pretty much just been the thing that's been happening all the time so far. Yeah. Killing in the name. Yeah,
pretty much. It's going to be, I mean, yeah, like I said, he has done pretty well with that. Like, once you get those sort of sniper picks or the spy picks and you've got to turn around, it's just easy for him to kind of just do the more damage on the point and stuff, especially from warm tick. But I mean, I think for me, on the sort of Strong Opinions, I mean, Poker's obviously been doing a lot, but I think Sam has been doing a decent amount of damage as well. I think some of the problem with Strong Opinions on the warm tick in particular was the fact that they were doing damage, but then the follow-up wasn't really straight away there, and because they were doing banana holes and stuff like that, it was harder for them to kind of get the space in, really.
It's strange how inVision were a bit slow on the uptake with capping the point, but they were quite quick in the fights. Pretty much all the time,
Yeah.
They got all the stuff on the fights. I think it's a lot harder as well with picking out a star player in Strong Opinions because of their playstyle. They sort of everyone chips in quite a large amount to the game. So I think it's difficult to actually find one person who's been doing all of the work here. Yeah. It's really difficult to find all the oh, this guy's got 60 frags and 900 EPM, he's been the playmaker. No, it's difficult because you got it's fairly consistent performances from most of their players across both maps, in my opinion. And, we're changing server again, apparently.
Exciting news, team. Going to another server, apparently. So Stinghand has put his diplomatic mission to get another server. So
the manager has become the ambassador.
He has succeeded, I think, unless Crane. I don't even know, to be honest. Highlander in 2019, ladies and gentlemen.
I think. Do you think this might be a bit of the psychological factor here? They're messing around with servers,
the
maybe.
BM server.
Yeah, I'm not being funny, but that's what my teams did in certain leagues. We sort of won the psychological game with getting the servers. So
amazing. True gentleman extra.
Well, that's what happens when you've been a manager of a team for 6 years.
Yeah,
but I think it might just be like sometimes it wasn't even intentional. We were just like, can we just get the server, please? Like we got 5 people lagging out, and then the enemy team just tilted to it. I'm not sure if that might be
like 40 minutes late or something.
Oh, we've had a game delayed by 90 minutes before. It's that's nothing.
Yeah. Wouldn't be Highlander without it, really, would it?
Of course, the delay makes the format, in my opinion. But we have only had 1 pause so far across 2 maps. So
fortunately, touch wood.
Yeah, but I think maybe the psychological warfare might be coming in a little bit. I don't like to put too much emphasis on it, but it's always a factor. But teams look to be settled down into the server a little bit now. We've got 17 on it and Cloudy and Spec. So just before we get into the map bug, I want to pick your brain for a moment. Do you think either of these teams can beat Failer? Should they get through?
I mean, that's an interesting question, really. I mean, in my opinion, Failer have probably been the strongest they've ever been, not gonna lie. I mean, you got like the likes of Mezzo and Kaz and that sort of thing, so it'll be kind of interesting to see, like, whichever team ends up being the best here, playing against Failer will be a very interesting game to see. Whether they'll kind of mirror any strats that like Strong Opinions have shown or anything like that, like if there's any sort of strong metas, and it'll obviously depend on the maps as well, won't it? So that'll come into factor as well. But yeah, just looking at this game for now, I mean, my predictions, I think for this, I got a feeling it's going to be a close victory for Strong Opinions, but like
I think it's
quite close.
Strong Opinions as well. I think they've got their heads held pretty high here in Vision. They've done good work so far, but I'm not sure they'll be able to go in the long haul against Strong Opinions' upward game. But bigger upsets have happened against bigger titans. Like when Mookie took points off of Epsilon when they were just the best TF2 Sixers team ever.
Yikes.
But once again, this is the ETF2L Highlander Premiership semi-final between Strong Opinions and inVision. We are currently on the 3rd map, the deciding map of the series, which is Payload Upward. It's 1-1 to both teams currently in the series, and this is Strong Opinions map pick, so we'll see if they'll be able to maybe get a nice little performance out. See if they can solidify their place in semi-finals, or whether inVision can cause a big upset as the gates are opening.
Got Toast still on DR. I'm watching body. Oh, he does actually get sort of semi-call out there. Dwo sort of body blocking for a second, but he's going to go into tunnel right now to go for the telly, I think. Bomb's going to be in Yahoo actually on the jetpack, going him straight.
Oh, he's just knocks you off. Oh, that's so smart. And that means he can just get damage onto the sniper as well. But the sack wave does in fact get nothing in the end, despite the heavy being yeeted off at the top of the balcony there.
Oh my god! I was about to call that out, I just realised Cloudy's off and sprint against the sniper. Cloudy, bringing back the Jackie Legs of the ruffle.
Cloudy's been practicing, apparently he's been practicing on Skyrim for the entire the playoff season now.
God.
He's just taken... well, apparently he's done it before, so this is just never even knew about
another day
that.
in the office. Just another day in the office, got a betrayal going on, but Poker getting dropped from that one. Samba gets some decent damage actually on the playground, manages to pick up 2 Gs. No heavy to deny this playground. CG going to be trying to just heal up everyone around the tracks as much as he possibly can, but the sentry has not gone down importantly, as they're possibly looking to get out now. Socios is backing off.
Yeah, I think that Huntsman play might have just rattled into a little bit.
By that.
Yeah, they're just... They're giving up that, you know what, you can have the first point, like we lose FPS to a Huntsman, and but the sentry is down to Sandburn. But the Cloudy has been eliminated from the game though, so maybe this is they're going to try and stabilise him. Look at the aggression, Strong Opinions. Like Jack hasn't had a chance to switch off the direct hit here, he's just on the balcony here with Poker here. They are very weak in the window area. And Strodo and Singer have gone down for Vision as well, so it's just right away. We're not even 2 minutes into the game, they've already taken 2nd point.
Yeah, this is what I mean, like the Strong Opinion, this sort of payload intuition coming in here, and even with Cloudy on Unsred, I don't think it really matters, but Slingang goes down quite late there actually, and even with Jackie Legs on 0 points, Sam Slingang actually on 0 points, but he gets his first one.
Oh, look at the aggression, they're already
so
in, they're in top.
Oh god.
They're already through, and Tertiary's caught. They've used a lot of their Uber just to try and kill him, but the Bistrono here, Sandburn's gone to the moon, he will fall off the map in the end, and CJ has died to the black box of Dro there, so maybe this is going to be a bit of a chance for inVision to take a breath here.
Possibly. They might have been a bit like eager. Their 2 Gs caught behind, kind of.
He killed Jackie as well.
Oh, he's a legend!
And he's going to eat his sandwich as well.
He's immortal.
He's actually getting out. He's a tank. He is a tank. He gets out.
That was That was kind of poorly played by Build and Jackie there. To be honest, they should have gone at the same time, but never mind. They're going to reconsolidate here on this, this third.
What is this game bug?
Yeah, I think this is like kind of rush. Like, I think both teams kind of just finish each other out on this payload to start off with, but Stingham's going to be alive now. Is going to push him the cart. Jackie like still on direct hit, so Shono going to be trying to.
Oh, they've lost Dito and they've got the cart up the first hill as well, and there's like very little spam going onto the cart now. This is exactly what Strong Opinions really want. But no, like no Dito means like, you have a Mate here. He's taking down the heavy, but he dies to the fire of Yahoo in the end there. The Ubercharge does come in defensively. I think they got forced there, but CJ has gone all the way back to house, coming back in with his demo now. They're looking to use the Ubercharge in. There's no one around them, but they're looking to just take Banana here. But Two's here. He's trying to force CJ early. Does miss his rocket though and gets taken down by Poker.
That's lucky. I mean, CJ gonna be getting the sandwich there. I mean, Dito's gonna be trying to like pressure in here, but I mean, he gets Poker down pretty low. But I think that's gonna back out now because they know that they've kind of lost all that positioning. Nice snipe from Stingham onto Toast actually.
He's getting chased out there by the demo man though of Sanburn. So Dito'd, oh yeah, there we go. Dito'd and Stingham there combined there to take down demo. But 3 minutes 39 for 3 points on Upward. That's, you would not be happy with that as a defending team. Like that's pretty much, you know, only a minute of the cart not being pushed. So take out suicide waves. That's been pretty much ×3 almost all the way.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, but that Uber just used there from CJ was very strange. I mean, they kind of like thought maybe there were more in upper, like, but it was just Stingham, so they kind of just underestimated he was there. But CJ's kind of trapped between a rock and a hard place here. But I mean, they're getting
they're going Battalion onto the cart though, and this is such a strong unlock because you know the spam's not there. The sentry does half damage to you if it can even shoot you at all. The sniper can't headshot you. They're putting like 5 people onto the cart, and look at the numbers up for the side of inVision here. They've lost pretty much everyone on this. You know, the Uber coming out from Tertio trying to get onto the cart, but it's not enough. 4 minutes 30 will be the cap time for Strong Opinions. You can definitely see why they picked this map.
One of the fastest recent upward pushes I've seen in a while. So that is definitely like going to be big pressure for inVision to try and beat that.
Oh look, the timer even changed. It says 4:29 on my HUD now. So just to add insult to injury, they've lost a second.
Time. Well. The big BM coming in from the config there.
Yep, it's just unlucky. TF2 doesn't like. TF2 is a very you know, very cruel mistress.
I wonder if Cloudy's gonna go Huntsman on defense. If he goes Huntsman on defense, I'll be.
That would be.
I'll give him some props for that.
That would be like the ultimate BM, I think. Though I don't think he could feasibly. He has suicided though, so maybe he is going Huntsman. No, he's on rifle.
Oh,
I'm disappointed in this Cloudy.
Yikes. Now. I wonder if Stingham's gonna go Huntsman as well, just to like, you know, go face to face Huntsman 1v1. Let's get a straw poll going as to whether we want to get like a, you know, sniper 1v1 as just Huntsman.
I'd like to see like now we got like match.tier have all like the meme tournaments that are coming out. Maybe just get like a Huntsman Cup going.
Huntsman's.
Yeah.
With no
I want to see that. Someone made that league.
It's gonna be great. But yeah, gonna be first sort of push in here from inVision. Got a duo bombing really early and actually kind of misses with Pogo. Strona goes for the sniper. Cloudy does actually go down there. So he gets a reflect.
Was that the sentry rocket? It was just.
I think it was. What a legend.
Get destroyed, Cloudy.
That's so unfortunate. Sick. Coming in big to kill Cloudy there.
Oh, the spy as well. He misses the stab. Oh no! Yerba Mate, Sanburn. He will survive the attempt on his life there from the spy.
I'm trying to slowly push this cart though. Duo against pressure Stingham manages to get the demo actually, so no demo to spam this cart out, and that's going to be a big pick for Dito.
And Kylie's looking in the wrong direction as well to kill the combo, and the Uber comes in. Yahoo's going to deny a lot of it though. There's no damage on the sentry gun just yet, and they have lost their pyre inVision have. And they're just trying to consolidate this area here on the stairs. They will take down Poke, and they start getting a lot of spam onto the combo here. But I'm not sure if it'll be enough to get this push. But the gun does get sapped, and Cloudy gets butter knifed by the eternal reward of Chupa there.
CJ needs to get out.
Oh, he's already forward. Okay, he's
Dito'd?
Dito he pipes him. That was so close.
Yeah, I thought he'd get him there.
The pipe just grazing the like jacket of CJ there.
Poker takes the telly and kills this thing down as he tries to get it. They're going to recontest with the Conchi? White?
Yeah.
Nah, they won't blow this,
no, cut's too close. Oh. Dwo's going to try and get some spam onto them as they try and back up here, but this is, if you're facing like a 4.5 minute time of Strong Opinions, this is the one point that you do not want to get caught on them again. So they kind of, you know, they perfected this hold in like season 11, season 10 I think. The Strong Opinions hold and upward. And this is
the
one
octopus
whole...
hold or whatever people
Yeah.
call it.
No, Octopus is like, you put your medic in the middle. The Strong Opinions is like they have him to the right. But they've actually just come through tunnel here. They've dropped 2 people.
This is a terrible Uber. Sambo doesn't even care as well. It's going to peek all the way in through side tunnel. They're 3 down right now, and yes, it's looking a bit detrimental for strong inVision. His crown has actually managed to get cloudy for all that, so that was very strange.
Yeah, like 2 minutes and 15 seconds to capture the last 3 points of the map. Like, they kind of have to wipe them now and then get times 3. They have taken down Sandburn, so that's the opening pick. Tuya does, Purple Singer does take down Viljak. They're getting lots of ground on this hill area here. They've actually broken the Strong Opinions hold very quickly, actually. The gun has been teleported back. Almost killed Jwo, actually. I think if it had kept it in, it would have killed the soldier there. Did do a sort of a jump bug on it. Two has actually jumped all the way out of window here. Look at the damage he's doing to Poker. Poker has died at the end for me, and he actually survives on 45 health.
Yeah, he wins the head peak battle there. As the Gavitro was sent up top though. Sex still has his gun in the house, interestingly enough. I don't know when they're gonna call this out, but
I mean, it's what, like 42 seconds from third point to last, so if they can keep times 3 all the way around past the roller coaster, they can maybe even do it. Ubers are equal here, but they've already taken a lot of ground through second and through the hill. But third is a very difficult point to bust if it's equal Ubers, and the health is not looking good for inVision.
Viljak has taken so much damage now.
They've taken down Viljak though, so it's looking like we might be able to get the heavy going in through side house here, and the Uber charge is coming through. No, CJ drops. Yerba is taking down CJ, but Tertio is the cart is not forwards enough. There's not enough people to push the cart. They've lost their engine, their scout isn't on cart.
Now it's solo demo Uber into like a pyro with Duo coming in for like the cleanup, but then doesn't really do anything, and Poker's just left alone on Barks trying to clean this up, and he's gonna get thrown butter knife down. Oh, your mate almost gets that, but yeah, they're gonna try and push the car now, but this time is looking very short.
Yeah, like I think it's pretty much over now. Like they have to get it after 2 hills, and yeah, if they've just capped third, it's possible, but it's sadly not anymore. It's been a really good effort so far. They killed the flank. If they've literally held 1 point, I think it would have been possible.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. I agree. Because, like, I mean, they've got this like a lot of pressure in now, but I don't know the way they're playing
they
is
killed
changed
Poker
the
and
fact that
Sandman,
they've got this like short time, but
yeah, like they got this aggression and they keep it up. I think they actually hold a point next round. This is looking like we've got to get a bit of a game on our hands. Like 15 seconds. Assuming we'll extrapolate this aggression, but so they kept it up all the way into last. That's another like 30-40 seconds to actually cap last. So if they'd have held literally 1 of the 4 points, they would have had enough time to beat Strong Opinions here.
yeah, shout out to Sec building his dispenser and then get shot. So, that was the interesting last 5 seconds of that round, but yeah, I guess it'll be a quick first round there, I suppose, to Strong Opinions. But I mean, what do you think kind of went wrong on the defense there from Vision to not really get set up on any of the other points?
I think it was a series of unfortunate events, really. Like first, they lost their sniper really early, which is a huntsman of all weapons. And then, we're actually going live right away, so this is actually quite good from these teams. They're quite considerate towards the viewership. You know, that's always nice. But I think what really went wrong in a lot of ways for inVision was they didn't know how to deal with the aggression coming out from Strong Opinions. They would just get caught. They'd get one player caught, and the Strong Opinions would just say, right, we killed X class, so we can take this part of the map. And they had no response to it. Like, you saw how aggressive the Strong Opinions were. Like, they were basically, their combo was behind inVision when they were defending third.
Yeah.
Like, that's... You don't really want to see that as a defending team, to basically have to push into your own lines in an Uber trade, and that's... And then the collapse afterwards, Strong Opinions, like the bombs coming in for Jackie just after every fight were just crushing to the combo of inVision. They just couldn't do anything about it. But equally so, the aggression from inVision onto Strong Opinions was very good. Like, that, you know... I think they'll be feeling good about that round that's just gone. I think they'll just say, right, they got good attacking time, you know, let's just forget about that round. But we would have gotten like a 5.5 minute time maybe. And against, you know, Strong Opinions map pick, that's really strong. So I think they shouldn't feel too bad about losing that first round. Because, you know, after all, this is, again, Strong Opinions map pick. But we are going into the second round now as the gates open. We'll see if inVision can equal their, or even better, their performance last round. We have Cred actually on the bonk looking to try and get the sentry. Dig a Py-bun for a minute there. And Cloudy down to Dwo already.
Stronger actually Jetpack trying to get in as there as well, but they're 3 down right now.
Viljak and Jackie down as well. This is like, yeah, we should be walking out like basically right away here. No sniper, you can just peek main for free. I'm not sure, they haven't killed the teleporter just yet though, so they want to be careful. Like, you know. Oh, never mind. Crayon has gone to spawn. Oh, he bonked to the spawn, which meant their spy could kill the sentry. That's a very smart play from him. Didn't even see him go behind there.
Yeah, gonna be not many people in here then, so I mean it's literally just the combo, like Poker and Poker gets stabbed as well. You almost gets to stab onto the demo as well with the Arc coming in with the big flicks, but Dwarf doing a decent amount of damage, they're getting pressured. They dropped the demo! So CJ not much to save his demo there, and
it's
like
literally like this is a calamity here for Strong Opinions here, unless like Cloudy can pick combo, but Crayon's in.
He gets
sec as well. This is an absolute calamity. They've got no NG, and that means the tunnel is just pretty much free. And the sentry gun is just sitting like in this really inopportune place, and it's easy to spam as well. And there's no NG to repair it either, so it will die in the end. And now they're I imagine like inVision would want to try and peek kill their sniper, but they're choosing to not really sure. They're a bit split here. I think they're maybe sending their flank and tunnel and their combo on hill, which is I would say is an appropriate play. Cloudy's dead to Yabamati as well, so
I knew that would happen. They're playing really aggro, though. They do this kind of forward hill play where Viljack just gets 185 and then just bombs in. But Dito comes in with the bomb actually onto CJ. Doesn't get the first stick, but he gets sticked anyway. Oh, Stinger with the big body shot, and Duo coming in for a bit of a jump, but doesn't even need to be there since CJ's now dead.
Sec dies again to Crayon.
Oh my god,
and look,
he's
despite this fight, look how close this car is. Like, despite all of that, Poker's just surviving on 4 health apparently, and Crayon is still behind them, just like all the way on the third point here. He's actually in spawn again, spawn camping Sec.
Poor Sec. He's got no way of getting this sentry easily. Correa's going to go in now, probably get picked up as he does, but they're quite still spread out on this hill. I mean, they've got like pretty much their combo there now, but I think they're trying to find Toast, but he's still staying alive for now.
Strong opinions, they've really found their footing on this point. I don't want to speak too soon because Ubers are in fact equal now, but I think they've pretty much got their hold set up now. It's going to be difficult for them to push. They've already lost Dwoad, the sniper of Cloudy here. And actually, big slam on this. He craters!
Oh no!
Oh,
well, Dito with the big
word.
pipes. Getting that crater on this is falling apart.
He even had the cart underneath him as well, so we could have strafed onto the cart, but he just craters. Like, that's like the minimum amount of fall damage and the maximum. Like, he was on like 20 health. Like, above 20 health. So we took like the minimum amount of fall damage. I know fall damage is like, I believe it's RNG and it's 15% of your health. So we took like the maximum amount of fall damage you could possibly take, which is like 23.
Oh my god, Viljack actually used the force, I didn't even see that. I saw him get the health bar like on Tertia getting pretty low, but he actually managed to single-handedly get the force. Like, Viljack doing so well against med force.
Getting destroyed by Strong.
Oh god.
Like, his own demo's plate just reflected back into him. And this is the second point.
Walk out there.
You know, I curse the counter. I think he's looking really comfortable.
Dwo is so aggressive, he doesn't care.
Dwo is deep. Look at CJ, he's like down to... He almost craters again.
That would have been huge though by Dwo if he managed to get that pick, like a bit of a redeeming fry, but they were just trying to push the cart up very slowly, but there's only a level 1 right now for 6, so they're just trying to pick off these sort of flank classes.
Like 3 minutes, it's about the same pacing as the last round for them. 3 minutes of the first couple of points, they got the cart already up here. This is looking pretty good, decent for them so far, and the conch comes in from, was that conch or was it? Yeah, conch over there. And it didn't really get too much done though, so he's just CJ sat actually in banana head, really scared of the sacks coming in from roller coaster. And Dwo actually is he's with Tuya. Oh no, he's going in through main. Tuya is all the way over in shit house, and they don't even know. But Yahoo's on the case. He has called the heavy. Yahoo's too smart for that. The Uber charge does come in, but Tuya has not been picked off here. So after this Uber charge, they're going to have to deal with him. Not sure if he was even seen him just yet.
Tuya, no, you're going to turn around. Oh, he gets picked off by the pyro.
Oh, but he does get you in the end. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Jackie Legs with like a 1 billion cents turn onto the scout now, that's interesting to say, but yeah, they're going to be sort of exchanging Ubers and not really finding much territory there as the car is just sort of underneath the ramp with Cloudy sort of staring down the barrel of his sniper rifle into this main area, just waiting for them to come in.
Yeah, it's always difficult pushing equal Ubers into upward first, especially when the pyro is alive, because he can just deny basically your entire push by himself.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Cloudy on the Suki, I guess the Scout, I guess the Sniper are going to be trying to deny the tracks now as Dito getting picked up by Jackie Legs. And see, the one problem with this point as well is the black box conch infinite health soldier up top. It's so hard to deal with if they play it right, and Jackie Legs is really smart playing up here. Like, he doesn't ever peek over peek.
Yeah, the cart's rolling back as well, like it might even get down the hill as well. This is not what we want to see. Like, these hills are so difficult to push up effectively, and there's no one near the cart to try and reset it. Like, someone has to reset this cart like right now.
Yeah. It's kind of just falling back now, and they've got they managed to get Yobamate as well, but Tuya's going to be trying to push the cart with the help of his NG, but Poker on this top area grab to get conched on this
Tuya's just on the cart here. Oh, he's behind Sandburn as well. Look how weak Sandburn's got. Yeah, like Yahoo's on the cart, but he will like just poof Tuya into the pit.
Oh, Yahoo was on like 3 health there. Poker's going to be peeking in aggro here, but they can always just fall back under, but Tertia's left alone kind of with his spy. they're really scared right now. It's literally just a demo and a heavy in this house, and they're not really managing to contest it. So pretty interesting, aggressive play coming out from Strong Opinions.
Yeah, this is like the first real, like, actual full point hold, like a full reset that we've seen so far, with like all 9 people alive. And I think this is really, Strong Opinions are really comfortable in this position on the upward third point. I think in a lot of ways it's more difficult to push than Badwater third, depending on what classes are up. If the Pyro's alive, you just basically can't do anything on the point in terms of your Uber.
Yeah. It just gets like really repetitive as well, because you have to push into the Pyro and you have to get the Sentry as well, which kind of denies the flank and
the free heal of the car as well.
Like, as I say that, like Bo goes for a jump, but gets instantly denied by the Sentry. They're 3 down right now though, and the Conch comes out.
The Spy actually, you have Mate almost gets Yahoo there. The Uber charge comes out, but Tertio's like, okay, he does get forced in the end because 2U was low. But this is a better Uber here for inVision. They can get CJ killed here, and he does side of the pipes. And Jackie Legs is down as well. The flank is dead, and the cart is all the way up 2 hills. Only a little bit of cat time needed to get to the last point. With no heals, flank, or demo, all you have to do now is kill the sentry gun and the sniper, and they're in free. And Duo's in on Sek as well, from behind. Taking down Cardi as well. He can. NG and sniper are pretty much the picks that you want pushing into upward last.
Yahoo wants 6 health. Duo doing so much working behind there. Like, I mean, it looks a bit like dire because I didn't really see any players there. But
I don't get why they're being so passive though. Like, you've got like Dito crouched behind the cart here, as if the sniper was alive, but they could have, like, see, just only just crossing to top. If inVision were a bit more aggressive, they could maybe even be getting into top. They've already wasted, you know, just over 3 minutes on this point, so it's looking a lot worse for them their initial first round push against Strong Opinion. They're opting to try and take a series away through lower from the looks of things. But, yeah, like, they do not want to let Strong Opinion take bottom on this last point at all, because that would just basically, it could even be the nail in the coffin for them, like, seeing how Strong Opinions have been pushing so far.
Yeah, Cloudy going to this box spot as well is quite difficult to counter, and yeah, you got Jackie Legs sitting on the soldier class, spamming this sort of front stage. Village are going to be pressuring in here as well with the help of the Conch. Jackie coming in huge as Conch actually, managing to pick up a few frags, but it'll be sort of just resetting his top area with the heals. Yahoo getting pressured, but it's no avail. Cloudy does go down though, so that's a big pick from Yovmate to actually get that.
Oh yeah, like no sniper in the boxes area. You've got, you know, basically got the cart siren, and it's basically just not being watched now, and that's forcing Poker as well just to come back with his team and just watch the backstairs. So they're all a bit clumped together now. Strong Opinions are, and they're looking to try and they've lost Wiethoofd now, so that pushes over.
Yeah, it's gonna take them longer than they probably like here, but I mean they're freaking this really
good aggression from Poker as well. Like, Poker and Viljack are just coming in and they're going to try and kill 2. It does take an hour, but you get, I'm not sure why they,
Oh god, they're going to be using into Poker as well, but I mean, it's going to be, I guess it's going to be dry, possibly to stop. Poker's so low right now, they're losing players kind of, like, unnecessarily, I feel, here.
Yeah,
like,
they need to rotate under right now, if they want to get this.
Oh, no!
CJ Yerba Mate with the butter knife!
The big butter knife. Oh, Duo with the big bomb as well into the upper. They're pressuring really hard now, and Sandburn goes down. But I mean, Sek with the big wrangle sentry, going to be trying to deny the space, and Yahoo in this top area, going to be trying to deny them as well. But I mean, 4 down right now, no mids, like, they need to bring these heals in and try and take this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially with the clock looking the way it is, they're just sitting in main, basically, just not doing too much. The sap on the gun attempt from Toast, but they have to kill this sentry from Sek. That's like the main bugbear of their push. They actually the Trooper comes in, tries to stab Sek, but he moves out of the way, so he just butter knives a wrangled sentry.
Yikes. It's a big unlucky sting.
He's taking down Cloudy. They're taking window room here. Viljack is sat behind us, failed, and Jackie Legs has taken down Tertia Wansing, actually. The reflect wasn't quite timed correctly from Strono. But the car is pretty close here. Maybe get a bit more cat time. Crayon will not give up this point. There are 6 on the cart now, though, as that ends his attempts at pushing. 2 is in the window, they're taking down Poker, they're taking down the gun as well. Look, Strong Opinions is dying. You have Mato taking down CJ.
Oh, Sandburns is kind of like cleverly positioning around the box. Strono getting absolutely destroyed by Sting and Hans. Jackie getting destroyed by Strono and Sting in the boxes area, but I mean, you got the heals up top now. Tuja coming in, Toast is behind Sergio though, and Strono's very weak on the cart. So they need to kill Sandburn, he's doing so much damage onto the cart. Toast comes in for a bit of a cleanup, it's a bit of a scrappy fight right now, but Cloudy with a close headshot onto Yevmate, he's got 3 on the car right now, he goes to the spawners. Some nice headshots coming out from Cloudy, but it's no avail, and it's going to be a 10-minute time for inVision.
When you start looking to get your time close to double figures, that's when you really think that's a bad time. Like, average is usually like maybe 7.5 minutes, I would say, 7.5 minutes. But once you start getting past the 8-minute mark, that's when the times start looking a little bit slow. And once you get towards 10 minutes, there's going to be a bit of a challenge for inVision to hold this, especially since it was basically half of this time, less than half that it took for Strong Opinions to cap it.
Yeah, it's true.
Last time they attacked, so It's definitely, you know, not looking too good for inVision here. But they might just have to try and put a really good defense out of the bag to try and get this one.
They might have to put like some possible gimmick plays. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see if there's like some sort of crits maybe, or like if they go for like a different banner, possibly. Like they might need to sort of make something that strong opinions aren't going to expect.
I'd like to see a like Italian soldier on third.
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe the sentry in the window on tiles as well when it watches the cart. Like on last, I like to see that.
Yeah, like if Jackie's not on direct hit, for example, like if they're pushing in their own last or third or whatever, that might actually work pretty well. So we'll have to see if they pull anything out there. And I'm hearing that Cloudy's apparently on Huntsman again. So
see if we can repeat his performance from last time.
Expected Tertio drop over the hill with the curvature of the arrow ink.
Look, he's going for it. He's got his Huntsman. He's ready. He's got his burning arrows. It's going to do 1,000,000 more damage. But Samban. Was that a reflect TH? Just that's like 180 damage.
Oh! Tertio forced them to just Vilja at the rank sentry. Makes it so that the scouts get picked.
Tito dies with the Huntsman.
Oh my god. They're getting the picks here. Like, that was just... Vilja just somehow manages to get the forces every time. It's ridiculous. Like, he just holds W, hits the meat shots.
Yeah, and inVision are opting not even to risk it. They're going to just try and get a good, strong hold second. Samban, he gets caught on the roof though, gets basically falls to a bit of a clumsy paintball death there, but that's okay. They've got 100% advantage here for the next point, really, if they go now. But that overcharge meter is slowly creeping up here for inVision. They have to be fast if they want to try and make the most of this advantage.
Yeah, it's actually kind of like Cloudy just trying to spam the arrows as much as he can, but Poker could just walk in here. It's trying to go down really low. Poker needs to get some support as so Jackie Legs comes in, but yeah, Poker getting picked off. Jackie Legs comes in. So much denial coming out right now.
T-Toad as well.
What is going on?
And he gets stinged.
Oh my god, he's unstoppable. What is going on?
Cloudy is just the Skyrim god. I'm sorry.
Second Uber as well. I don't know, this is like BM at this point. This is very strange.
It's just please ban this unlock. Like, Cloudy is just too good with the Huntsman. Like, he's actually doing better with the Huntsman than he has been doing with the rifle.
He comes out. What is?
Oh, I don't agree with this. Are they got on CJ though? They can get Tertio out. Might just be a bit of like counter BM here, maybe.
Maybe. Vilja tries to go in for a bit of redeeming frags, but they don't really manage to find it, so maybe they'll find a bit of a third hold, but they need to hold this third for a good, like, you know, 3 or 4 minutes.
Nipnop's still dead for another 5 seconds as well, so, and Cloudy is on the, he's on the prowl with his bow and arrow looking for some more fresh victims. He's just spamming it through, mate.
Ooh!
This is going to headshot someone, I can see it.
He gets the arrow onto Tertio. Tertio goes pretty weak to that arrow, and
but these arrows keep missing by like an inch. That was actually a reflect Huntsman coming out there. Bit of
Look how aggressive he is!
Oh, carry on as well!
Oh my god, he literally just left clicks. Like, they're so scared, like what's going on? Dito's managed to beat
he's
this
just
now,
on a 5k with a Huntsman now.
They just aren't pressuring this in at all. Like, Dito needs more help designing this, and they might actually be able to push this cart back. I mean, look how much cart time they've got just with this. It's mad.
Yeah, I think it's almost like they're getting shell-shot by the Cloudy Huntsman here, and he's just like peeking this little angle here, he's going into showers as well, seeing if he can get any people. Oh, this is nuts.
Oh, get some pressure on Tertio.
Surely he dies to this. There we go. He gets his kill streak, his reign of terror has been ended.
Oh, Tucci drops TJ though on the balcony, so massive play for Tucci just kind of peeking that balcony with the Tomislav.
Yeah.
Cleaning up the Carter.
I know I put medics dropped strange part on my Tomislav just because it happens so often nowadays. You know, it does a lot of damage.
Weird flex, but okay.
It does a lot of damage. It's silent. It's a Tomislav, and it's been displayed in all of its glory here, dropping CJ here. But the cart is like literally a wheel away from being capped here. So they have to sit someone on this cart who's going to get spy cat or something. And Tuya, the best candidate for it, has just been sent into the pit by Yahoo.
Yeah, so. he was looking for health and like trying to avoid the damage and ends up in the pit. But yeah, Stingan kind of just free to do what he wants now that Cloudy's dead, and I think Cloudy might actually come up once.
Yeah, he's on rifle now.
I was gonna say, jeez, this is probably a time and a place.
Stingan, nice shot there onto Viljak, like little fadeaway shot just going past the wall. And Samban is in all sorts of trouble here. We'll get detonated down by the pyro here. But the cart, no one's watching the cart. And the flank's coming in to cap it, and it's actually, like, on my screen, it is capped.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just, like, with the cart bug as well, yeah, there we go. Even, like, if someone just touches that, even if someone's standing, like, the cart edges forward about 1 millimeter. So even with, like, the cart bug would just cap that, and it has been capped in the end by that very cart bug. There's, yeah, 5.5 minutes to defend last. That's a tall order here for inVision. It's been done before, but it's a lot to ask.
Yeah, Tuja just gonna get pressure by the demo as well. Tertio kind of in a bit of a weird position here with Wiethoofd, and Tuja just Cloudy goes to the point blank headshot onto Tuja, but Poker's gonna be pushing it. Poker's getting a lot of damage actually, and kind of pressured out by Wiethoofd. But I mean, they managed to get all the players up now with Cloudy going down, and have to see if they can defend this for a bit.
Yeah, like the spies on the car here, he's gotten it quite close in, but the Equal Lubers now trying to go for back to us for strong opinions. So they're taking down two, and they dropped him already, and it's looking to be a better river. The pyro behind was dropped as well, Shono's down as well. Seka's rescue ranger Crayon down as well, so it's just really Nip-Nop, the only person who's defending it. But they've actually just lost half their players, strong opinions have now.
Yeah, I think like some people came in from behind and like
Deto's on a 10k?
Oh dear. Yo, he's going huge into stop areas.
Oh, but Jackie's on the medic. Oh, Tercio and Deto'd.
And he ruins the kill streak.
That's a calamity there. And it's looking awful now for inVision now. As strong opinions, they've just got all the heals. There's only 4 people left alive here. Just Central Deal has been sat down by Toad and spammed out. And they're going to say class onto the cart now. There's nothing that they can really do until the respawns come in. They don't really come in time.
Okay, Tuju was in behind, just like not getting shot.
Battalion's on the cart as well. That's a huge damage resistance. There's not really too much they can defend. The Spy gets caught out. Scout gets caught out. No Pyro on the cart, and it's looking like strong opinions are going to be capping this. Dito comes in for a few hero pipes at the end there, but there's not enough people left to defend this. And strong opinions do end up taking this last round, this last map 2-0. And that will be inVision sadly relegated to the 3rd place position after putting up a really good fight. And strong opinions will be going through to the grand finals of Premiership Highlander Season 18 against Failer Esports.
Yeah, there's a bit of a very strange sort of last game there, but I think overall, yeah, strong opinions played that well. Like Jackie Legs in those last few seconds actually played that really well, like sort of managing to bomb in and then take the rest of the high ground, getting quite a few picks. But
yeah, I'm not sure why. Tertio really opted to stand in that window there without a heavy, because he was like, that's you normally stand there when you've got a sandwich so you can absorb the rocket. But he basically just had Dito to company, and then Dito can't really... You can't kill the soldier before he kills the medic, basically. And that was really just the final nail in the coffin for the side of inVision. After they were looking really good on that last point for a while. They'd like wiped the combo of strong opinions and killed a lot of people as well. Not really anyone alive to push the cart, but Jackie Legs at the end there just, ended all hopes of any kind of a last defense coming out here. Maybe getting into a golden cap, but yeah, that's strong opinions for you. Upward, we were warned about their proactiveness on the map, so just going into the logs now, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, seeing at the very start, top frag is going to be Jackie Legs, 25-9, so definitely proving his worth on that map. I mean, a lot of those frags probably coming from 3rd when he was just sitting up top with the black box conch and stuff like that, but yeah, really definitely putting in a lot of the work there. And Viljak actually going 11-22, but that doesn't really tell the full story of the logs because he did get so many forces onto Tertio, and I think that was a big factor in them actually getting some of the holes that they did.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not getting pressures as a soldier on top, you're going to have a bad time as the attackers. Like you were saying with the black box and conch just up there, it's difficult to deal with, to put it mildly. You're basically just getting your 30 health every time you shoot someone with the conch regen. So it's just so difficult to break that 3rd hole once it's been actually implemented properly with all 9 people up. And I think we'll be doing some interviews soon.
Yes,
Question
we
mark.
we have the big caster main himself, CJ the man. So yeah, congratulations CJ on that victory on that final map. Was it closer than you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, I guess. We probably didn't expect to drop a map, but it's just the way it goes. We had a bit of an alternate roster compared to what we're used to in the season and what we're playing with at LAN over the past sort of week. So it just took a little bit of time getting used to, I guess. But yeah, it was all right.
Getting over the LAN blues as well.
Yeah.
I had the what? Sorry?
The LAN blues.
The LAN blues, yeah. Everyone
just, well.
I mean, the person who's the most upset is Jackie because he couldn't go. So
yeah.
he's very upset.
F's and shut for Jackie Legs.
What do you really think? I mean, inVision really gave you a run for your money, to put it lightly, on the COF round. What do you really think was the real, the catalyst for the loss there on Warmtick for your team?
I don't know, just kind of these maps where you have a level 3 set up and you just wrangle the point. It's a bit
boring.
bit of a hassle, yeah, a bit of boring to deal with. So I think if we just sat down and actually came up with a counter, then it would have been fine. But we weren't really. I guess we weren't really concentrating.
In the heat of the moment.
Yeah,
I like what you said about the level 3 on across the point as well, because you seem to have a similar issue on Cold Plant as well. I think it's just these two cough maps really. The sentry just seems to be a little bit of a thorn in the side of your team really. So I think if you can manage to really get that sentry down, you'd be looking a lot stronger on the cough maps.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think our concentration levels weren't up at the top there. Like we were playing really well on Gullywash, and we were kind of, spirits were high. Like that last kind of 5 minutes, Yahoo started playing RuneScape because he said, it's one, I don't want to play anymore. So he started playing RuneScape. And,
seems legit.
So I don't know if you call him just AFK and spawn for a while. And I think maybe that kind of lack of concentration leaked over into Warmtick, and when they started countering our strat, because I think we won the first round, right?
Yeah, I think you basically just they only really cap once during that round, and I think it's difficult with a team as well when you go from being so dominant to just instantly getting flipped, and just the entire game state is you go from being a really dominant team to wait, suddenly they have this level 3 wrangled in the banana and we can't deal with it. We're losing the fight. We're dropping players every time we try and walk in, and I think it's really the hallmark of a good team. So if you can just get over that initial shock and just try and get your comms back in order. But I think although you seem to actually get back and you figure out how to fight a lot of the hold, with the exception of the sentry, I think the plays coming out from people like Stingen and Tuya, and just they took you down pretty much every push you tried to make into that banana.
Yeah, there was just a couple of awkward moments. I think we had a decent push coming in from the top left, but there was a moment I think Tuja dropped me from under, just because I think he killed 3 or 4 of us, including me. I had my arrows out. I was trying to arrow Jackie or something like that, and then suddenly there's a minigun revved up, and I was like, oh damn. So it's just kind of little things like that where it wasn't watched under, and
did that on both maps as well, really, didn't he? Went for the flank plays.
Yeah, exactly. So it was just kind of little moments like that just kind of, I don't want to say got under our skin, but it was just trying to get that concentration back and think, and obviously without Emilio, it's
a momentum killer, isn't it? Yeah, I know Emilio did a lot of the main calling for the team as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so normally he's the guy that gives us the direction, and that was maybe a little bit missing, but obviously we do have some very strong callers in the team. So we just knew after one pick.
The main question now really is, so going up against Failer, I mean, are you going to be using the same sort of roster you've used just then, do you think? And if so, what do you think that kind of game is going to look like? I mean, what do you think your sort of strengths might be against them, or what's your kind of predictions possibly, or how you feel going against them?
I don't know, and I don't know. I don't know. It depends on the availability of people. Availability isn't too hot right now. So, obviously people taking time off work for LAN and things like that and coming back, like you saw today, availability of people isn't perfect. So it's trying to find that right mix of players that can actually play and we know is going to gel together. We have to go into the final with a map disadvantage, I guess. But at the same time, we just have to go in and try and play, and whatever maps are put in front of us, try and win 2 out of those 3 maps. And the boys are confident that we can do that. I know Failure are very confident that they're going to roll us. So we'll see what happens, I guess, on the day. Yeah,
it's pretty much what we were saying in pre-game. How I think you actually the person said it to me initially. If you're at a disadvantage with the map pick system, you would basically just get rid of the worst maps with the bans, and then play your map. Just play the maps and try and survive one of them. Because if you play your map, win it, and survive one of their maps, then you've won.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, there's a lot of players here who've played for Strong Opinions and STCK going into games where we've been the second seed and only had 1 map pick out of the 3. And they've gone on to win. In our first 2 wins, we were the second seed, and STCK have, I think, done it twice as the second seed or something like that. So everyone knows, I can't remember who it was who said to me, years and years and years ago, but you don't look at it as kind of their map pick or your map pick. You just go in thinking...
You play the map.
Yeah, this is the map that we need to play. And last season... the last season I played, at least, I remember we dropped our map pick against Failure and then won their map pick. And it's you just have to look at the map in front of you and try and do your best on that. And I guess that's what we'll try and do.
Well, congratulations, I'll say again, to Strong Opinions on yourself, and commiserations to inVision. But this has been a pretty long cast since we went to all 3 maps, so I guess I will wrap it up. So, is there any shout-outs you want to give, CJ, I guess?
Just shout out to everyone who was involved at LAN. It was a really fun weekend and, amazing experience. And of course to the team, like, everyone who played at LAN, everyone who couldn't make it to LAN, like Jackie, and, shout out to Poker for murking today. And also shout out to Sun, who was available to murk last minute because Sek has been having troubles all day with his computer. He keeps crashing and he keeps freezing. So we had Sun on kind of emergency dial. So thanks for everyone for being available and there and ready.
Yourself, Extra?
Oh yeah, I'd like to start with a shout out to Scrambled because he asked for one. Give a shout out to Police Squad. Give a shout out as well to Monkey Mode Under 18, my mid team, of course, because I like being a midi, it's quite fun. And I want to give a shout out as well to Jim Vickers, the greatest TF2 player of all time. And I'll give a shout out to the Kanka Discord.
Okay, fair enough. I guess I'll shout out to Wiethoofd once again for producing, and also, like I said, the LAN teams for doing what they did, and because I think it all went pretty well in the end, and everyone ended up enjoying themselves. So, yes, thank you everyone for watching today. If you've enjoyed it, remember to hit the follow, hit the subscribe button if you want to sort of help out the TF2 cast in the future on Critscast. But thank you everyone for joining us today, and yes, once again, congratulations to Strong Opinions and commiserations to inVision as Strong Opinions move up to face a failure very soon. So, yes, we will see you again next time. Goodbye.
Hi, old beaver! Away!